Welcome back, everyone.
Buenos dias.
It is episode 102. Here
we go.
Of the Jiu-Jitsu Dummies podcast. We're brought to you by Black Belt Digital Marketing. Anything you need to build your business on and offline, website design, Google Ads, graphic design, and printing, we can help. Check us out at Black Belt Digital Marketing on Instagram or our website, which is bbdigitalmarketing.com. You can request a free review. We'll look at your entire online presence. We're actually running a special right now. It's 10 social media designs for $2.99. That's kind of cool.
I don't know what that means.
Yep.
You should check it out.
the same stuff we post, like similar to what we post on
SEOs,
just graphic design,
social media presence,
social media posts.
Gotcha.
My name is Milton Campus.
Hi, Milton.
I'm a brown belt training out of South Florida. But take out the he still puts like brown belt, 3 stripes, but it was only for that.
That's great. No, don't take that away. Keep doing that.
It just looks so strange. Brown belt, 3 stripes. Just brown belt is fine.
Yeah.
Bo behind the camera.
Hey, Bo.
Miguel is riding shotgun.
Hey, I just want to shout out where I train at. You know, I train at Henzo Gracie in Weston. Just saying. What's up, guys? That's where I'm training at. No stripe blue belt.
I'm trying. Really?
Yeah, I don't. I don't know. I don't care. I'm having fun.
You're like a purple belt.
I'm here for the good time. I have not.
I'm here for a good time. What is it? I'm not here for a long time. I'm here for a good time.
Exactly. I am a blue belt. I could quit at any moment.
Don't forget to like, comment, share, and click the subscribe button on YouTube.
Don't forget the notifications.
We really appreciate it. Yeah, comment is my favorite now. Actually getting to the comments now. Which is always pretty nice.
Smash that like button. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it when Mr. Beast says it.
Who's that?
Come on, bro. How do you not know who Mr. Beast is?
Oh, the comedian?
No, Mr. Beast, the #1 YouTuber in all of YouTube.
Oh, I don't know who that is.
That's so awesome.
You've been trying to send me stuff on him all the time,
yes.
right? Mr. Beast.
He's so Beast. So yeah, I think if your kids were younger, you would know because I watch it with my kids. He puts out good content.
Stuff for kids? Or
it's for everybody.
Yeah. Like what does he put out?
Everything.
I don't. Give me one thing.
Reactions. He redid all of Squid Games. He redid it as a game. He gave away an island.
What do you mean he redid it as
a... He redid it. Like, he made it a game show kind of thing with contestants where only one would win. And, they won, $1 million or something like that.
Did it really?
Yo, yeah. He spends, $30 million on his videos. It's ridiculous.
Are you serious?
Yes. It's ridiculous.
I didn't know that. You've been... telling me about it for a while. I think you sent me something.
He's ridiculous. And he's a philanthropist.
Yeah.
He's doing way better than SBF. He's actually giving back to the community.
SBF?
Sam Bankman-Fried.
What is that?
The guy from FTX. But I really wish I lived under that rock.
I think he just did he testify or he spoke somewhere?
No, yeah, he spoke at the New York summit where people paid $2,500 to sit there when they could have just watched it free on Twitter.
No, but he did an interview with something on some.
Daytime TV, Good Morning America, or something like that.
Which
he incriminated himself.
Effectively.
Yeah, 3 times.
A terrible lie.
Dingbat.
It's a terrible lie.
Joining us today is us.
Yay!
That's corny. I don't do that. One of these.
I like high fives.
Hey, I high five my wife after sex. That's
you
about
do?
it. Yeah.
I don't.
I want to be cute with her, and I'm like,
yeah,
or high five about things.
I do push-ups and squats.
High five. Fist bumping with my wife is weird.
Yeah,
high fiving. It's more girly.
I do it all.
Sorry, girls.
Yeah.
We just lost all our female viewers.
I do it all. Hey, man.
Wait a minute. So no, let's hold on. So you've been wanting to do. Forget about that for a second.
Why?
Because I'm going to talk about something else.
Let's do it.
So we've talked about. You've been asking me for a while, for probably a few months.
Yeah.
You're like, hey, dude, let's do. I got a lot of things I want to talk about.
Yes.
I want to just do an episode with the two of us, and let's just
go back to the roots.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I almost invited somebody, and then I said, no, let me not, because I know you just wanted it to be us.
Just the two of us.
Now I'm going to high five you.
We could make it if we try.
So that's why we're doing this. We've
you just had sex.
We're gonna. Yeah, we did.
That's so good.
We're gonna.
Well done.
We got a lot of things that we want to talk about. We're going to go everywhere. We're going to mostly talk about jiu-jitsu. But I also asked you if you wanted to do the one-chip challenge.
Let's do it.
So I don't want to use the wrong word. I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
I wimped out. I'm not going to do it. I'm not but you said you're like, yeah, I love hot. And you're apparently think that you're just going to eat it and you're going to
Yeah.
Explode.
My dad didn't hug me as a kid. Like I got this.
Miguel, strong like bull.
Strong like bull. I like how you said it like Tarzan, even though it's like a Russian thing, but whatever. Strong like bull.
Strong like bull.
We were talking about race before.
Yeah.
We just mixing it up.
Strong
Mixing up the ethnicity. So,
what's your favorite race, by the way?
Huh?
What's your favorite race?
That's a weird.
I would say the Indianapolis 500.
We just had an hour-long conversation
we were
about
out there
race
talking about it for sure.
with Bo, and yeah, funny. Okay, I'm an idiot, but I got to make sure people understand what we're talking about.
Race baiting.
We won't go into what we were talking about, but it was
everything you've talked about. Yeah, it was a good conversation.
So you're gonna eat the chip.
I am.
I'm gonna do some of the sponsor shout outs.
Yeah.
We're obviously going to be checking in with you while I'm doing this.
I'm going to open it, but I don't want to smell it.
Get a close-up on this, Bo.
Which camera should I look at? That one?
That's your
camera, brother.
It's green, boys.
Is it green?
Boy.
It's the green and black.
Holy shit.
That's green, dude.
Like fungus.
I think that's like bending space-time.
This thing's way thicker.
Left over from
This thing's way thicker than I thought it was.
I hear that a lot.
Is that a scrubbing pad?
Huh?
Is that a scrubbing pad?
It does look like that one side of the.
It does, like the
sponge,
the yellow and the green.
Yeah,
let's go.
Uh-oh. Holy shit.
All right. Cheers. Wait, gotta cover it.
Oh, I didn't bring a fire. I did not bring a fire extinguisher in here.
It's bad.
That's bad. Your mouth.
I heard it tastes bad.
Your mouth.
Is it hot already?
Yeah.
Is it hot already? The water's right here. You didn't want the water, but I brought you water.
I don't want the water.
Okay.
There's steps. There's rules.
You want to go into? Can you read the rules?
Yeah. Real fast. Eat the entire chip. Prove it. Wait as long as possible before drinking or eating anything. Post your reaction on social media.
Okay.
It's getting worse.
Yeah. Well, I guess I would assume so.
Let's hear from our sponsors.
Okay, so that's what we said we were going to do. We'll do the sponsor shout outs. Well, I could probably do the shout outs, but you just keep the camera on his face. So, how do you know where to go? All right, so a few quick shout outs. You okay, bro? Yeah. So thank you to our friends over at Flow and Roll. Flow and Roll. But why don't we throw up? We'll cut away from Miguel for 1 second, but let's show the gear. Our pre-order is right there at the top. The Peace Love Jiu-Jitsu rash guard and shorts. We've got a bunch of pre-orders. Unfortunately, we're not gonna close it out before Christmas because it's been doing pretty well. I'd like to run it to the end of December, and then we'll get them out to you in the new year. But hands down, Flow and Roll is the best custom gi and no-gi gear in the business. Okay. This is what they do. They do great custom gear like this. You're going to see lots of other pre-order stuff. If you follow them on Instagram, you've seen some of this stuff. Leg Locker was one of the ones that Miguel was actually involved with. Right here. This is awesome. Miguel conceived this with the legs coming out of the locker. It's really cool. So anyway, you can get our Peace Love Jiu-Jitsu shirt or rash guard and shorts. They're still up, and we're real excited about getting those out. I can't wait to try it on.
They look very cool.
Again, don't believe us. Check them out on Instagram at flow_n_roll and check out all the custom designs they've created, like I just showed you, for academies across the country. You can find our podcast here on their site as well. Go ahead and check them out. You get 20% off with code JJD. It's not good for the pre-order, or at least our pre-order. I don't know if he's turned it off for everything, but the pre-order is the pre-order, so it doesn't have the coupon code enabled. But you can get 20% off anything else on the website. Check them out at flowandroll.com and flow_n_roll on IG. How you doing over there, brother? Let's check in with Miguel. How you doing? Oh, wow. You getting that? Oh, wow. Your eyes are fucking red?
Yeah.
Wow. How you feel? Shitty?
I feel like I just used code JJD to take 25% off my life.
Wow, your eye. This eye is like super red on the inside.
I can't touch it.
Make sure you don't touch your eyes.
I know.
I left the wipes, the neutral zone wipes in the car again. Make sure you don't touch your face, bro.
Was that coated with like nuclear dust?
If you had to describe it in one word, how do you feel?
Nuclear.
Worse.
Worse? Worse than you did when I started the question? Mm-hmm. All right, let's check a couple of more shout outs. So thank you to the BJJ box. You see them over there in front of our my co-host that looks like he's dying. Thank you for all your support, Tony. We really appreciate it. They are Jiu-Jitsu's favorite monthly subscription box. It's delivered to your door filled with premium Jiu-Jitsu and grappling apparel, equipment, supplements, supplies, snacks, and more. They find the best products in the world of Jiu-Jitsu and guarantee that every box is going to be worth more than the cost. So you get about 4 to 7 items in each box. We'll do an unboxing probably in the next episode, or maybe 2 more out. We did one a couple episodes back. You can check it out. Just go to our YouTube channel, and you can go back in the episodes and check them out.
101 we did that.
Yeah, code JJD10 will get you $10 off your first order. Again, so it's thebjjbox.com. And we've got more cool stuff coming with them. And we actually did we put our keychains in there. So anybody that had the subscription got our keychains a while back. Thank you to Neutral Zone Clean. Check them out at neutralzoneclean.com and Neutral Zone Clean on Instagram and Facebook. Neutral Zone Clean, they are hygiene products. You might have heard us shout out Neutral Zone CBD. It's same owners, different products. These do not have CBD in them. This is all about just being clean on the mats, training, your personal life. I always talk about having a canister of wipes in my car. I always forget to bring them back up because we only have the one canister
I have one in my
left.
truck.
We got to bring it up next time. I got gas today. We got gas today. You all right, brother? Do you need to open up and go outside? Do we have a garbage? Do you need to throw up? Are you going to throw up, or you're just spitting? Okay. So, neutralzoneclean.com, Black Belt Digital Marketing. Me and my team, we actually built the website, so we're real proud of that. Get 15% off with code JJD. Right? You've got the spray, the refill. We've got canisters of wipes, and Bo, can you see the bucket down here? Right?
Yep.
We've got the bucket, so you can get 15% off with code JJD, or you can get $10.99 off the bucket. It goes down from $109 to $99. It's 1,200 wipes in that bucket, right? This is great for wrestling events, jiu-jitsu events, what have you. Just have them off on the side for your team, for your refs, whatever it may be. Now, the code JJDGIFT, again, you get $10.99 off. It's only good for the bucket, but if you buy anything else on the site during that order, they're going to ship it to you, everything for free, the bucket and whatever else you order. Okay, you all right, buddy? You're supposed to be swallowing that, bro. No, it's too much.
It's crazy.
All right, so we're done with our shout outs. How you feeling, brother?
Everything hurts.
All right, do you regret doing it?
Yeah. So what is that? Is that like
it's just super fucking hot, right?
like bat guano, or what is it?
We're gonna do a nice
what is it made of?
TikTok video out of this.
Pepper, scorpion pepper.
Chernobyl dust.
Oh my god!
I know you're sitting on a towel. Can I use it?
Do you need to go out for a minute?
Yeah, I got a nice clean T-shirt.
I'll take it.
Are you gonna ruin it?
Maybe.
Here, that's a.
Do we need to go out? Do you need to go out?
I need to wipe my face, but I don't want to touch it.
Oh.
Yeah, don't.
Oh, I'm glad I didn't. Partake.
All right, he's.
Are you going to survive? Do we need to take a break?
Yeah.
Take a break? Yeah. Okay, guys. I guess we'll be right back.
Oh.
All right, guys. We'll cut here, Bo.
Snap.
You good? We should not have you here. I'd be like, so we're back.
He died.
Miguel, we had to call an ambulance. Miguel's gone. And then you just walk in.
Yeah, that's it. It's his last episode.
Is it here?
102, good run.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey.
We are back.
Sorry about that, guys.
How you feeling?
Way better now.
That was what, 10, we took about a 10-15 minute break.
10-minute break, I think, yeah.
My watch is...
Did it
that was
It's
about
done.
20 minutes.
10 minutes.
Man. That was about 20
10
minutes.
minutes.
Well, I mean, I was suffering throughout.
You were suffering for about 5, and then you said, hey,
Is that how
put the
long?
watch on.
Is that how long the
longer
ads
than
took?
that.
I don't know.
No.
Boy, if you,
7 minutes?
He was
I turned it
suffering
on.
for 15
I turned this
minutes.
on when you ate the chip. It was 7 minutes and 18 seconds.
He was suffering for
That
15
felt-
minutes for sure.
Horrible.
I suffered for 17 minutes because it was 10 plus the 7.
But more than that, because we didn't start the clock until...
Right.
Yeah.
That was just in here and then out there.
Dude.
You on the water.
I'm good now.
Yeah.
I really appreciate my newfound feeling normal. It's like a new lease on life.
Well, I appreciate you doing that. Taking one for the team.
That was fun.
I'm so glad that I didn't do it.
Milton will release a video of me almost throwing up in a garbage can.
Now, didn't you throw up? You didn't throw up?
It was like a little bit. It was not good.
Up, Chuck. Up,
I was like, you throw up? You were like, no. I'm like, meanwhile, I was like,
It's an up, Chuck.
well, hats off, brother. That was crazy.
Yeah.
All right, so you want to kick off this episode? I know that you said you had some stuff you wanted to.
Do you know who the liver?
Let me say, are you okay? Do you need
I'm
more
fine
time?
now. I'm fine.
Or are you ready to fucking rock and roll?
I'm good.
Do you have water? You have
I'm
everything
good.
you need?
Thank you for bringing the water. You were right.
Okay.
I was
some
wrong.
of the neutral zone clean.
You can say like I saved your life.
Yep.
Okay.
I owe you one.
Have some of the neutral zone. There you go.
You're not. It says do not ingest on the bottle.
He said before, he's like, I'll just drink this.
It says shake well, do not pour in mouth.
Is that maybe the worst pain that you've ever felt?
That's the hottest thing I've ever stuck in my mouth, for sure.
I'm insulted.
Ha! That was good. Yeah. All the rumors are true about show business, guys.
Sleepy way to the top.
Yeah.
So is that? How would you rate that on a scale of 1 to 10? 10 being the most pain you've ever felt.
Like from eating something, because that's not the most pain I've ever felt.
Okay,
you want to talk about
how many people have a lot of pain from eating something on a pain scale that was painful for your body? No,
that's my mouth.
For your mouth.
Yeah, and it made my stomach queasy.
Yeah, are you gonna have to take a dump or anything? Are we gonna have to stop?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I'll let you know.
That's probably what I was worried about. Like, why I didn't want to eat that. My stomach would just. I'd probably have to take a dump.
We'll cross that bridge when we get there.
Okay, go ahead. You wanted to.
It's gonna explode.
Yeah, I'll let you kick it off.
Have you heard of the Liver King?
Yes.
Do you know who he is, right?
Yeah.
Did you see what happened to him recently?
Where he tried to walk into a Burger King or something?
Steroids.
Well, yeah, that was okay. So like, it came out. I'm not sure if he got ousted or whatever, but like, anyways, he's on steroids. But everybody knew.
He wrote some email or something, and that got outed.
Yeah, but everybody knew the dude was on steroids, even though he said he wasn't.
That's why I've been seeing the social media posts of him holding like a big ass liver, and it says like CBD, acai, Jesus,
repeat. Yeah,
I didn't know he got outed.
Yeah, shout out to Oast Nation.
I know that So he got. I knew that recently there was a video of him walking into a Burger King.
Yeah,
and I think it was Burger King, and then he quickly walked out. He was walking in and he knew he was being recorded. It was like very much not in his face.
You could go in there and just grab patties.
Yeah, he went in and just came right out, and people were just like, what's his claim to fame? Is that he only eats liver ever?
No. That isn't it. No, so his claim to fame is like something about like following like 7 or 10 ancestral practices, which includes like eating organ meat and working out every day and like meditation and like stressing your body and all this other stuff.
Okay.
So like that's not even what I'm talking about. Like, so what I want to talk about is like everybody, like nobody was surprised. Like it came out that he was on steroids and everybody was like, yeah, duh, like whatever. But the thing is, the implications is that he said he wasn't on it.
Yes.
Right. That's the big,
like half the athletes in Jiu-Jitsu.
Right. Your favorite Jiu-Jitsu player is on steroids. Even teenagers, young people. But that's not the point.
I talk to my wife about this all the time.
Yeah.
She looks and I'm like, there's no way for the human body to get there without an accelerant like steroids.
Right. Well, you could have like that thing that like whippets get and some animals get. There's like a hormone that you could get that makes you like super jacked.
Okay.
But I'm saying
when you say whippet, what do you mean?
The dog. It's a whippet. It looks like a little greyhound.
You know, whippets are the.
Yeah. Well, some of us grew up in a family household. I'm just joking.
I didn't do my first whippet till I went away to
I didn't hear about
college.
whippets till the first time I went to Ohio.
Look it up, kids.
Yeah. So it's like, dude, the dude's jacked. He looks like jacked. He's
I know
good looking guy, right?
I saw that liver,
Family
that
man.
big liver CBD
He's
thing
got
all day
liver queen
today.
at home. He's got the kids. You know what I'm saying?
What does his wife look like? Is she jacked too?
She's not like super jacked. She's in shape. She's in good shape. The kids look like they're in good shape. You know, they got some color to them. And
they got some color to them.
Yeah, you ever seen those pale kids who just like eat crackers all day, bro?
Right.
Like they look not healthy. They got like purple eyes. And anyways, what I was trying to say is, it's like, I guess the reason people are upset, right? Like the carnivore guy that I follow, Paul Saladino. I like that guy a lot. He's like, I'm going to distance myself from him, even though they do have a lot of the same values in terms of like how you should eat and exercise. But I guess what people are upset about is that he was running a business, and his business was based on like, you could do this without steroids.
What was his business though? Teaching other people how to work out. Like,
yeah,
he was carnivore.
Yeah.
He's answering the question.
Oh yeah, he was. Yeah, I mean, he's right. Bo's right. Yeah, essentially that a lifestyle coach, social media influencer, and obviously he had supplements, and ties to like you getting like organ meats or whatever, and so like people are upset because like consumers were like, I don't want to be like the Liver King. I just got to follow these ancestral things and then do what he does, and then I'll look like he does. But so my question is really more for like you, because like you're a businessman, you're a business owner, right? You're running a business. That's how you feed your family, and you're in marketing, which is like the epicenter of business, because it's like you could have a good product or a good business, but if you don't get the message out there, and some people need some convincing, like, so like what my question is to you is, it's like, before I ask you the question, I'm sorry. I think that the Liver King, before everybody chastises the guy, and I'm not even really a fan or anything like that. It's just like,
you heard the story.
Yeah, I heard the story, but it's like the dude exercises every day. Like you could take steroids and be a bum, and then you'll just look like a bum with steroids. Yeah, and you could, he works out every day. He does eat healthy. He does have good blood work. He does, you know what I'm saying? Like he's like a healthy man who's doing something productive with social media, which most people would melt your brain. Like he's doing a lot of good things. It's like, as a business owner, like, do you have to just like, isn't it like, do the customers have, or the consumers have like any responsibility? Like everybody should have known he was on steroids if you got half a brain.
Okay, so let's talk first about, do you think that he like has bamboozled and tricked his clients?
I think you're an idiot if you thought he wasn't on steroids, okay. But he was also preaching a good message.
The average person who's probably not in our world, we're in this world of martial arts and we see it and we're talking about it.
Yeah.
My wife looks at it and goes, yeah, The Rock could be that big. I love you, The Rock.
Dwayne Johnson.
Yeah.
The Rock, yeah.
Right? Dwayne Johnson.
He's on steroids.
Yeah. I mean, you have to be. It's not...
But
I don't even care. I don't even care what anybody thinks.
But he also works out every single day.
But it's probably doing, like, you're not going to get that jacked. You need a
genetics too.
You need an accelerant. You need something to help you build. Yeah. You're not getting that just from eating
your normal endocrine system is not going to do that for you.
You're not going to get that big.
Yeah.
Most of us know that.
He's also like 50, isn't he?
Who?
Dwayne Johnson?
Probably. He's up there, yeah. I mean, so it's either... Now, the thing, too, like you could say, like, I know, we both know a lot of people who are on testosterone replacement therapy or taking things to boost your own,
TRT,
testosterone. Yeah. So we know how prevalent it is in the jiu-jitsu community. It's actually kind of like it's almost to the point where anyone over 40 that I know, it's like not on... Most guys over 40 that I know are on something.
Yeah.
Not steroids. I'm not saying most, but I know a lot of guys right now that are doing TRT.
Yeah.
Right. So, I mean, is the onus on him or on the public? The onus is always going to be on him. You have deceived people. You have done something to deceive your clients, and that's bad on you.
But what about the other stuff that he said was good?
You can't say, well, you should have known. If the person is telling you no.
Yeah.
Now, but like, what has he done to really? Are those people in good shape, but they're not as big as him?
Yeah, exactly. I think if you did what he told you to do, you would be in phenomenal shape.
So, but just the other side of it is, if they're in good shape and they're healthier, but they're not as big as him, did he really hurt anybody? I think he's going to be in a place where he lost all his credibility.
I think he was wrong for lying.
He's going to lose a lot of credibility, but we've seen people that have lost their credibility still thrive. And I'll just use an outside of the sport example: Wolf of Wall Street. right?
Yeah.
That guy that, he started Stratton Oakmont. And there's a film about
was
him.
Was that really the name? Was that really
Stratton
the name?
Oakmont, yeah.
It would really,
Yeah.
They really
Yeah.
did do that? Yeah. His name's Jordan Belfort.
Yeah, Jordan Belfort. So, I mean, I wound up working with a lot of those guys that left that firm when I was a broker. He deceived people.
Yeah.
And now he's back to making millions because he's speaking about it. And like people are like, oh, like they treat him like a god because he did something that was illegal, got caught, paid his debt to society, but he still did something wrong. So when people are like putting him on this pedestal, or they've got like a, he's cocky enough that he's got like this god complex. He's like, yeah, look at me.
There's lessons to be learned. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but people are putting him on a pedestal. I mean, in that case, those are idiots. Like anybody that still works with him now, the Liver King.
Yeah.
They're the idiots. Now they're stupid.
Yeah.
Were they stupid because they were deceived before? Not everybody understands. Like I was saying about my wife. My wife sees these big guys and she doesn't think anything. I'm like, wow, man, miracle of modern medicine right there.
Right,
you know? And she's like, what do you mean? And I'm like, that's steroids. There's no way to get that big. She's like,
it's the equivalent of like, I grew up in a house full of women, and like I learned a lot of like the female secrets of like how to make yourself look a certain way, and how to like makeup, contouring, compression gear.
You look good today, by the way.
Thank you very much.
You look good.
Who did me?
Good.
And but what I'm saying, it's like I grew up, and my mom was very fashion oriented all the time, like Deutsche and Gabbana and Fendi and Versace, all that at home all the time. So all the magazines and everything.
So was it like Dolce and Gabbana or like from Miami, like Fulce and Magana?
No, my mom was for real. No Fugazi. No
okay.
Fugazi.
Yeah.
And I'm just saying she was very interested in fashion.
Okay.
So I always had like the catalogs at home. They were always on the coffee table.
Yeah.
My mom was literally interested in like the fashion culture. She still is. So I was just like, wow, like that's what a woman looks like. But how come I don't see these out in the street? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then my sisters and my mom would go, it's like, no, this is a trick. Whereas like, that's what I'm saying. Like with your wife, like she just doesn't know the dude tricks.
Yeah.
Like there's dude tricks. There's like shirts that make you look a certain way. There's ways you could style your hair so you could fool them. You could do the micropigmentation thing. Obviously Photoshop, just like women do.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. But that's like a lot of dudes are on testosterone. Like that's just
I think people like to believe what they want to believe.
Right.
I mean, I don't know enough people that like I'm not in a world where people are like, oh my God, did you see what the Liver King did today? I saw his videos and it's crazy, and he's always got his shirt off, and he was this crazy personality. Will that be the end of him?
I hope not.
We'll see. But I'd like to see him stop doing steroids and then show everybody what working out could be, and then actually show like this is.
He'll keep a lot of the benefits.
First of all, again, I don't follow him enough. I just catch him in random reposts and videos. Yeah. But I mean, the smart thing would be like, hey, I'm sorry I made a mistake, but I'm going to show everybody how to really do it. Got caught up. Getting famous. Everybody's looking at me. Did he do it after he got famous and he was like on all the shows and and everybody's feed, or was he? Was that the entire time? I mean, again, sure. I mean, it's like
I'm sure he's over 40, dude.
You've heard like buyer beware. I mean, it's kind of like, I got a message today from a real estate agent that I know that's in my business group.
Yeah.
And she had actually messaged me the other day and says, hey, what would you do to check out a company? Like, I was like, simple Google check should, check out a company's registration. She wanted to know if a company she was about to work with was like for real. It's like leads and real estate
Green
leads.
Glassdoor is a good website.
So she wound up, she said, I checked them out. Yeah, they're real. They're, their address, there's, everything about them is real online. She messaged me today. They took me for my money. We've been going back and forth with the conversation. I don't even know how much, but she lost money. She's like, yeah, they're fake and it wasn't real and I lost all my money. And I'm like, okay.
All of it?
Well, I don't know what all of it is. $200, $2,000. I don't even know, but I know she probably spent a little bit of money. So with that being said, again, it's like buyer beware. I want to tell her, I haven't said this to her yet, but I'll, go back and forth in the text with her, probably talk to her at some point and say, go with your gut next time. You messaged me because you were nervous. Like, is this for real? you should have went with your gut.
I
would go with my gut and not do it.
Can I segue into keeping the steroid talk going?
Sure.
It's like, do you think we'll ever get to a point of professional jiu-jitsu that's like USADA regulated?
I think yes. I think it's got to get bigger. I think all of the MMA organizations are going to need to do it.
Yeah.
Like UFC does it.
Yeah.
But like, okay, so let's use Conor McGregor as an example. Like he says he wants to come back and fight. He's kind of trying. He's trying, but he's trying to call his amount of time to be in the USADA pool.
Yeah.
Like I only want to do it for X amount of months, for 4 months prior to the fight.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess it's 6 months, right?
It's 6 months.
Is it 6 months?
Did you listen to the Sugar Shane O'Malley Joe Rogan podcast? Because they talked about that quite a bit. Because he's like off the grid. So it's like USADA can't even come out and test him if he's on a yacht.
So, but again, he doesn't have to if he's not fighting. Like he's not off.
He's not in the pool.
He's not in the pool. But I heard, I forgot who it was, but somebody was arguing. I kind of went backwards. I heard Conor McGregor going, "Hey, you fucking idiot! I had to do something because of my leg. It helped me heal.
Very serious injury.
I had a very serious injury. I had to do something to help. That's why I did it. And I don't know. I don't know if he actually admits it. I don't know if he's admitted anywhere. But he was like, "Hey, asshole! I had this crazy injury. I had to do what I had to do to get back on my feet. Literally,
he might have to get another surgery to get a plate taken out to to fight.
So." He's kind of defending it in that way. Again, I haven't heard him anywhere say like I did this because, but he's just like hey asshole, do you know the kind of injury that I came back from? Only Anderson Silva, Chris Weidman, those are the only guys that really know what I went through.
I
right?
heard the same thing. Yeah.
So for something like that, okay, but now do you let somebody like that actually fight? The argument, I don't remember who it was, but the argument on the other guy's side was just like, one of the people I heard was Elliot Marshall.
Okay.
Elliot Marshall, former fighter, coach. Seen him on a lot of podcasts recently. I was going to actually send him an invite. Seen him on a lot of podcasts, and he was kind of like, "Hey, asshole, you've changed the composition of your body." I'm paraphrasing.
Yeah.
You've changed your body forever.
Different. Yeah.
And I don't know if he went to like the molecular composition of your body, but you've changed your body. Now you're always going to maintain a little bit of that size and you've made yourself stronger. Even if you were off the steroids, you gave yourself a certain amount of strength and you've increased.
Who's he calling out? Isn't he calling out Chimaev?
I don't even know.
And he's 180.
I'm not sure who he's.
And Conor fights 170. You know. And now he's calling him out.
Do you let a guy like that? That guy, Elliot Marshall, I think again. I believe it was him. Was like, you should be gone forever. You should be out of the sport forever.
I'm such a fan of the sport. I mean, you can't. It's like the thing. We've talked about this so many times. It's just like when it comes to like the UFC and like the crap talking that like like Gordon Ryan does on purpose or plays the heel and just like it's a gimmick to get like plebs in. Like you could say whatever you want about Conor McGregor, first champ, ridiculous KO power. I mean, just ridiculous career. You know what I mean? Like he is a superstar. You can't deny it.
Yeah.
Right? Like, and all that other stuff is what everybody else who's like, oh, you don't watch the fights this weekend? And the people who don't watch the prelims, those people.
Yeah.
That they're the McGregor.
I mean, it's the Mayweather.
My son.
It's the Mayweather way of doing it.
My son is a McGregor fan.
Yeah.
Because he's 6.
I'm not. I don't like the shit talking. But
no,
I mean, the shit talking is to get asses in the seat.
I know.
Do you think it's real? Do you really think he believes? Like
my son knows
more
who
into the world of jiu-jitsu. I actually had this written down to talk about Gordon Ryan a little bit. Is I'm actually coming around. I've always admired Gordon Ryan, but I've also said I don't like the shit talking.
Undeniable.
But I've come around because now I really follow him and I'm looking at his post.
Yeah.
And it is true. He doesn't lash out at anybody.
He only retaliates.
That's
right.
And then is that really? But I mean, he's good.
Once
you
shoot a shot at him, you're getting blitzkrieg.
Yeah, it's a spoon to a knife fight or a spoon to a nuclear war.
I like saying bringing piss to a shit fight.
There you go.
Yeah.
Right. So I've become I've always been a fan of his jiu-jitsu. I think most people could say I'm a fan of his dominance in the sport.
I want to see him in the gi, man.
But
thank you to Feito IT and AV, specializing in commercial and residential automation, security cameras, CCTV, POS, and more. Check them out at feitoitav.com or call 305-428-2515 and let them know the Dummies sent you. Jiu-Jitsu's favorite monthly subscription box has now joined the Jiu-Jitsu Dummies podcast. The BJJ box is delivered to your door filled with premium jiu-jitsu and grappling apparel, equipment, supplements, supplies, snacks, and more. The crew at the BJJ box find the best in the world of jiu-jitsu and guarantee every box to be worth more than the cost. Each box includes 4 to 7 items you're going to love. Visit thebjjbox.com and use code JJD10 to get $10 off your very first box. And give them a follow on Instagram at TheBJJBox. Neutral Zone is Combat family owned, so they know you need to keep yourself and your equipment clean. They created Neutral Zone Clean wipes and sprays for just that purpose. Neutral Zone products are formulated to reduce the risk of bacterial and fungal infections. Whatever's making you sweat, weight training, rolling on the mats, yard work, or just working around the house, Neutral Zone Clean wipes and sprays can make you feel and smell refreshed. Use code JJD to get 15% off your online order at neutralzoneclean.com. While you're there, sign up for their newsletter to receive the latest info and updates on product launches like their new shower gel and soap bar coming soon. Are you Neutral Zone Clean? Special thank you to the crew over at Flow and Roll for all their support. Flow and Roll is renowned for their incredible no-gi rash guards, shorts, and leggings. Flow and Roll has quickly become the premier custom apparel provider for academies big and small throughout the United States. Reach out today to discuss your custom order and ask about their incredible pre-order program. You can send an email to flowandroll@gmail.com or visit their Instagram at flow_n_roll and shoot them a direct message. And yes, they can create an awesome custom gi for your academy as well. Visit flowandroll.com to check out their awesome designs, and while you're there, pick up a Jiu-Jitsu Dummy signature tee exclusively at flowandroll.com. And remember, you'll get 20% off your purchase of t-shirts, rash guards, or gis with code JJD.
You don't have to like the shit talking. But then I go back and it's like, no, the shit talking always starts from somebody else shit talking.
And now,
so he kind of like puts you in your place. Like if you want, if you want to battle me off the mat, this is what it's going to be like, and you're going to get fucking decimated.
What about the catch-22 of his shit talking is getting more people to watch jiu-jitsu, which in turn will make jiu-jitsu bigger, which in turn would make jiu-jitsu better.
Yeah. I guess,
like in a weird way.
I've told you, I just don't like the disrespectful nature of how people go at each other. We're kind of talking about like disrespectful things that could be said.
It's like a weird,
and you have to take responsibility when you have to take responsibility for your words. I think that everyone bears some responsibility for what they say, and not some responsibility. What comes out of your mouth, you should be able to back it up or take responsibility or apologize. But I am seeing that he's usually firing back. It's not him taking the first shot in most cases. Yeah.
So, but you're getting, you're you're throwing a stick and he's throwing back a flaming ball covered in tar. I mean, but that's on you. That's on you.
I guess, I see the post, but now I'm following him more. Like I'm looking at his post, not the person reacting to something he said, and then you're getting it second, third down, the repost. Yeah. The repost of the reaction, like that's what I was seeing before because I wasn't paying much attention to because I didn't like it.
He's got a match coming up.
He was fighting
Vanderlei, right?
No, he's fighting Vinny Magalesh.
Vinny
Magalesh.
Oh my gosh!
As soon as I hear Vinny Magalesh, you know who you think of. Or who you think of?
I think of Renato.
Yeah. Like, are they friends? Like,
of course they got.
Their friend.
I don't know,
but they're friends. But like, I've seen him react so like aggressively, like in the beginning.
Yeah.
That I wasn't sure if Vinny wasn't getting the joke.
Have you seen the Renato like Joe Rogan videos, the old ones, where he goes in the gym and he follows him in the shower? And he like follows him across the street.
Vinny Magalesh?
No, it's Renato to Rogan.
Okay, I did see the one where he sleeps fucking.
It's like annoying him.
He sleeps at Eddie Bravo.
Oh yeah,
do you see that one?
That's
that's when I probably that was the beginning of my jiu-jitsu journey, and I didn't really understand that this was all fake until I saw that he was like basically at like a seminar.
There's dudes
and he's like
that,
just go, and then it was like he sleeps him. And I was like, okay, this isn't real.
Yeah,
I get this
satire.
Now. Yeah,
there's dudes like that though. Have you? I mean,
then I looked him up and then found out that he's like an American, like he's an actor. And his like last name is actually Orange. Like, isn't it like
he's like a telenovela actor? Like,
no, he's not like a American telenovela. Okay, you're saying I don't know if you thought it was like actually a Spanish actor. Like,
no, I mean he's Brazilian for
burping that chip up.
Yeah. What's it called though? Man, where was I gonna go with that? I mean, Renato knows a lot of people. Oh, what I was gonna say, it's like you've seen a lot of people come and go.
As far as
in jiu-jitsu, just jiu-jitsu.
Yeah. Okay. We're gonna hone in on that, but finish.
That's what I was gonna say. So you've seen a lot of people come and go. There are some weird characters that you run into, like like the overly enthusiastic somehow is able to afford jiu-jitsu, but you don't understand how they function as a human being.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
I've seen one or two of those.
It's not even like socially awkward or anything like that. It's just like, bro, like how do you?
I was going to jump in and cut you off, and I'm sorry that I was doing that for. You know how I am. I was thinking today, and I kind of wrote it down, was like thinking about how many people that I've seen come and go, like really like guys that are at purple belt and they're just gone, especially like after COVID. I'm like, where
that was a big event.
I couldn't imagine. I said to myself, I can't imagine not doing this for the rest of my life, not in some way, shape, or form being involved with jiu-jitsu. And until I can't physically do it anymore, I will do it.
Yeah,
I will be on the mat. I'm like so close to a black belt. It's not about the belt, but I mean, come on, you're almost like you're right there. It's just like, wow, that's like such a dedication of time.
You think you'll back off once you get it, or you think you're gonna go hard?
No. I mean, well, I think I see it now that I hurt my knee, my back was hurting, but we'll get into the new cortisone shot in a second. But I was thinking about that in the context of, well, let me say, I got another cortisone shot yesterday in the shoulder, feeling better. Next morning I wake up, I can bend the knee, or it doesn't hurt as much. I couldn't sit on my leg. Like, when you get into bed, like you might sit on your leg and then we'll kind of get into bed. Yeah. Or if I wanted to stretch, I haven't been able to stretch.
I normally do,
because I can't
like
sit on my heels. Like, what do you sit on your heels?
Yeah.
Like on the mat, right? You sit on your heels and you're listening or you're stretching.
To pretend to be better than everybody else.
I couldn't bend that. Yeah. I couldn't sit on it without it being painful. And last night, just because I always like mistakenly do it and I put it down like, oh. Yeah. Got the cortisone shot yesterday. By nighttime, I sat. I'm like, oh wow. I went like to react because I thought it hurt, and it didn't hurt. Damn. Now it does. I still feel it in certain places, but I can bend it all the way back. I'm not even wearing the brace. This is the first day that I haven't worn the brace at all. Yeah. And I'm like, not that it's healed. I don't feel the pain. I don't know what that means. You got to start
rehabbing.
I've been doing really good stuff.
You're doing that.
I did the stuff that I learned from here. Yeah.
Yeah, that guy's good.
I've been doing the stuff that I learned from my rehab here. I did work with like a PA.
Yeah. No,
physical therapist. A PT.
PT.
I worked with somebody. I got a whole bunch of good exercises. The knees over toes guy. Ray sent me some stuff. Mm-hmm. Just getting on YouTube. So I've been
out to Ray, bro.
I'm like, maybe I'll be back this week. Maybe I'll be back this weekend. Maybe I'll go to an open mat. I would wear a nice brace, and I'll still be like, don't frickin' fuck with my knee. Let's just stay away from my knee. I'd tell anybody.
Jiu-jitsu's dirty little secret. You're always nursing something. I mean,
so the question was, would I like at black belt, like slow?
Are you gonna taper off? I've
tapered off as I got older because of injury, because of back pain,
for sure.
Because of knees. It was COVID. The day I went right, I feel like the day that COVID started for me, the knee, and then I came back to this knee, and then the back, and then the this.
You had to take COVID more seriously because, all you had to go off of was like the CDC, and it's like you've always kind of trusted that.
I had, the heart attack a few years ago. I was worried about that. So.
No, you had I had no excuse.
The heart to me isn't even a concern.
I definitely didn't go to training every night.
The heart isn't even a consideration for me, other than I really probably attribute it more to just my weight is like my cardio still is shitty. Yeah. But I can handle myself on the mat because, again, I've told I can control the pace with most of the people that I roll with on a daily basis. Not everybody, and there are some big guys now, but I know how to control the pace. If I'm fucking exhausted, I'm gonna fucking get you in a lockdown, and then I'm gonna fucking
how about all
take
them
a couple
dudes
of breaks.
Losing weight at the gym? That's got to be a good thing for you.
Yeah, but along with that weight loss, those guys are faster.
I take way longer hiatuses before I'm there. So I see a more drastic change in those people than you do.
Okay, yeah, you see,
because I come back every month or something.
Well, when I had the UFC fight the other day, I saw some of those guys.
Smokes, man.
I mean, there was a guy there. I don't want to say his name, But I think he's lost like hundreds of pounds.
Oh, yeah.
Not just because of jiu-jitsu. He's lost weight, and he's still losing weight.
He has a lifestyle change. Yeah, he just did that 5K, I believe,
and
on Thanksgiving.
I saw the pictures. Yeah.
Good for him, man.
I'll say Justin. Shout out to Justin.
No, he's good.
I know. I always forget his name. Is it Aaron? There's Aaron.
I don't know.
Aaron
was
the guy that got the haircut.
Yeah.
Oh God, I feel bad. There's one of Ray's other friends. He's been losing weight, and I'm always like, damn, like these guys were pretty heavy when they started, and they've all just, I don't know if they're all on that same meat diet that you guys are all doing.
It's not just meat, bro. It's fruit and honey.
You know what I mean? Well, the basis is meat and
animal based.
When I go home, just so everybody knows, whenever I go home from the podcast, we're usually getting home 11, maybe 12 o'clock, and you'll always send a picture to our group chat that we have for the podcast. Yep. It's usually meat
or eggs
with eggs in a pan.
Yeah.
You're cooking up some meat and some,
because I don't have any dinner because I come straight from work, Yeah,
that would I'm told to I need to stay away from that. So if I'm going to eat, I'm definitely not eating that late. Like we snacked here when we were on our little break there after the chip. I won't eat again tonight. I'll have what I'm having here, and I'll drink some water on the way home in the hour car ride. I won't eat again.
My dad
you go home and eat. I can't. If I went home and ate, I'm gaining. I'm holding on to that weight overnight.
My dad has a saying. He says, in the morning you eat like a king, for lunch you eat like a queen, and for dinner you eat like a peasant.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's essentially, he just described intermittent fasting, right? Essentially, right?
Not really. He's eating 3 times a day.
Well, that's the thing that works the best for me if I do the intermittent fasting, and I've been working out
intermittent fasting is also 1 meal a day.
No, that's OMAD. You could do. You could have a feeding
you do
window.
Time restricted.
Yeah.
I do breakfast, a big lunch, and then I don't. I try not to eat after 5. I don't always do it. My wife likes to eat together. I usually do the cooking. Yeah. I'll cook like a dinner for lunch.
Yeah.
And then save her. Make some plates for her to take to work. I'm working at home, so make some stuff for her to take. And
my dad's so easy.
My wife is like, when people say, "Oh, I'm a foodie." My wife's a foodie. She likes to try different things. She just likes to eat. I'm like, "Hey, did you like that?" She's like, "I'll eat anything." And I'm like, "Oh, great." So let's go back to something. So we were talking about muscle, talking about steroids. Can you build muscle with just jiu-jitsu? Like, again, we're seeing all these people lose weight, but if you just did jiu-jitsu, are you going to get into amazing shape?
I would say you definitely get your cardiovascular shape would go up.
Yeah.
But you can't be anaerobic and aerobic at the same.
I've never seen anybody who doesn't work out off the mat. I mean, there's a reason I'm asking the question.
You metabolically can't.
Yeah, you don't see somebody I'm ripped. What do you do? Just jiu-jitsu. No, you see really lean people, skinny. You'll get lean, you'll get skinny, but you're not building
I don't know anybody that's my age or older that I speak to, and I speak to everybody at my gym that doesn't supplement with something else. Like, I got this dude who's an ex-Marine that I'm going to see him this weekend. Shout out to Alex. He does yoga a lot. It used to be like a fitness influencer on Instagram. He's in good shape. You know what I mean? But he's into the yoga thing. He's like, the yoga's helping my jiu-jitsu. Yeah. And then I know some dudes who, are older than I am, by almost 10 years. And they're in way better shape than I am. And they're lifting, they're doing the ice bath, they're doing the sauna. Yeah. They're supplementing on top of that.
Did we talk about this on the last episode? Thor?
Yeah.
Thor has that show on Nat Geo that I watched through my wife loves him, so put it on through the Disney app.
What's not to love?
What's his name?
I don't know.
Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah.
And he's doing a thing about basically taking risks and almost risking his life in some cases. And he did he swam in ice water like
Wim Hof does.
Him to, something crazy, but he had to swim out. They trained him for a few days and then he had to swim out in this cold water.
Yeah.
And basically at the end of it, I've always said I take after jiu-jitsu, that if I come home from jiu-jitsu, I'm taking a cold shower that night. Yeah. I hot showers after workouts, after weights.
Yeah.
Don't know why. I just think that it's better for the muscles.
Whatever.
And cold. So anyway, long story short, they talked about the benefits. I won't get into watch Rogan if you want to get into all the benefits. The cold shot proteins. And heat shot proteins. And is it cold and heat shot? Right.
According to him, I don't know.
All right. So anyway, I do the just the cold shower, and you said well, it's not that cold. You're right. I would love to get I've even like planted that seed with my wife. Like, I'd love to have an ice bath outside.
Tubs,
But at the end of the episode, they talked about even just taking a shower and for the last 30 seconds, turn it all the way to cold.
Yeah.
And that just helps. It would help with your overall health because of everything that he does.
I believe so.
I recommend watching the show. I'm obviously not doing it justice because that's not my thing. But check it out. It was good. And I was just like, oh, cool. I'm already doing that. So even before I used to just take cold showers, but now when I do my hot shower, for the last 30 seconds, I'll put it on cold. And it fucking feels amazing because, I mean, you turn it off, you're just like, whew, you're fucking great. Like, it's just like you just woke up your whole body no matter what time of day it is. So I've been doing that.
Almost like when you get caught in the rain and you're like cold and you're shivering, then you get inside. And
it made me feel good that I was doing something.
Warm clothes, like you're like, whew. Like
it made me feel good. It was like what I was doing. It was validated. I was just like, okay, well, I'm just doing this because I thought it was my replacement to. I'm not going to do an ice bath every night, but
you also get like an endorphin rush too.
Yeah, I guess
you get happier. You get
shit. When I just like forget just water. Period. Like if I wake up in the morning and I'm just like, I could just put water on my face and my head.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And I'll dry my face, but I'll leave like my head wet, and it just feels so amazing, and it wakes me up. You know?
I do like with that doctor guy that hangs out with Lex Friedman all the time. I forgot what his name is. He talks about, I wake up first in my house. I take Daisy downstairs and I let her outside, and then I walk outside with her and I stare in the direction of the sun for the first 5 minutes while I'm barefoot out in the grass. Because he says like if you get like that first initial thing of sun in the morning, and then also like avoiding coffee or caffeine for the first like 45 minutes. Yeah, that. And then I just change those things. I have about an hour drive to work. So what I do is I do that, and then I let Daisy back in, and then taco cat, get some treats. Then I go upstairs, and then I drive to work. So that way I got like the sun, the barefoot thing, and then no coffee. And then when I get to the office,
I think they talk about that on that show with Chris Hemsworth as well. They have he's guided through it by professional. He's walking on some girder on like this building. He's jumping in the cold water. Like it's different episodes. He's doing something.
It almost feels silly though, right? Like talking about it, like it feels like a little silly. But I think like part of just like being honest with yourself and like growing up is trying different things and knowing that like if you just stay objective and you don't lie to yourself, that it might work. You know what I'm saying? And you could quantify it, and it could be anecdotal, but like even if it's anecdotal, like all those placebo studies, they gave people placebos and it like cured them because like the placebo effect is real. It's like the mental thing. So it's like even if it's not really doing any good, but I feel good, then whatever, man, it works.
So, do you do anything to supplement your training?
Of course.
What do you do?
I mean, I've changed my diet, which makes me feel better. I get more sleep, like that. The real thing that you put out, that's true. I go to bed earlier because I want to perform better at jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
But also me sleeping more is better for my cognitive, just health. And I lift weights. I was lifting weights before I came here just because I got home before coming here. And I was watching Nicholas Marigali 50 submissions on Flow Grappling while just like lifting some weights. So like I lift weights. While you guys were talking out there, you saw what I was doing on the floor.
Yeah.
I was stretching. I was doing mobility stuff.
You do that a lot here.
I do that everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere. Even at work, I have a standing desk, it's like automatic, so I'll stand up sometimes. I have a pull-up bar. It's not mine. My job's pull-up bar. I hang on that while my coffee's brewing.
And for people that don't know, you lost. How much weight did you lose?
I mean, I fluctuate a lot.
But I mean, you definitely lost weight.
I was at 215, and now I'm at 195.
Just shaking it off. Like, no big deal. Shit, I lost maybe like 15, and like I kind of go up and down.
The fattest I ever got
was
you got to forget. I've always been athletic. I wrestled in high school. I was in the military. I got super fat when I got out of the military, just because like I wanted to. Yeah, I got real big. I got like 230, and then I lost it all again before my first child was born, and then I maintained it pretty well. And then my previous job got really stressful, and I was traveling a lot, and I was drinking a lot and eating at restaurants a lot. And I got fat, like super fat, because I was just like working, doing all that.
I'm really pushing myself. And I don't have to push myself hard, but I'm going to the gym for 1 hour. That's my lunch.
Yeah.
So I'm really taking about an hour and a half for lunch, go to the gym for an hour, come back, eat, jump right into work.
Jiu-Jitsu is like the catalyst that's made me want to be. Obviously, there's like peripheral thing. I won't even call them that because that's kind of disrespectful.
You want to be healthy, but I want to be healthy,
but I also want to be healthy for my children. Like I want to show them like, oh, Dad just doesn't watch TV. Like Dad has the kettlebell and he's just like whatevering with the kettlebell while he's watching TV with us, and then they jump in. I have little weights for them too. And sometimes
that's good. It's like do as I do. Yeah. And you're not forcing them. Gotta go back to the Gracies with like the playing jiu-jitsu with the kids. They didn't force them. Excuse me. They didn't force them to do jiu-jitsu, but they played jiu-jitsu with them. Right.
And then also like they know I eat the same thing almost every day. Yeah. And now my kids are eating more fruit because we have more fruit in the house, so it's good. And they're starting to understand. They're like, you're eating a meat log. That's what they call it. You're eating a meat log again. I was like, yeah, every day, man. I eat 1.5 pounds of meat.
Yeah.
And they're like, now they're getting to the point where like, again, why? And I was like, buddy, because it makes me feel good. Or honey, because it makes me feel good. And also, like, this stuff that you're eating, I'm not going to tell you to stop eating it, but we're going to wean back from it because it's not good for you.
Yeah, I think it's leading by example.
But, like, they get it. Instead of just, like, having that fight, like, don't eat those goldfish. And I'm, like, eating granola bars just because I think granola bars are good.
Yeah.
Like, it sends a mixed signal. So, but jiu-jitsu really was the catalyst, I would say, because in the military, I had a responsibility to my country to be in shape.
Yeah.
In wrestling, I had a responsibility to my team to win matches. And as a civilian, I just got fat because I didn't have really anything. And then when my child was born, I was like, well, you kind of start thinking about the long-term thing.
I've got let's change it up a little bit. So we posted a TikTok and a reel that was with Marco Hurtado, the bearded boomer, and it was a clip of the section you had asked him about
the brown belt thing.
The brown belt versus
gi or no gi,
brown belt versus a no gi brown belt. Is it the same? Do you think it should be different? And we got a lot of comments going back and forth. I know you don't really follow TikTok, so some of the comments were like, there are two different sports. Comments were, well, no gi is really just wrestling. It's just really submission wrestling. Oh. So they're two different sports. So it shouldn't even have a belt. What we heard his take on it. Let's talk about your take on it.
I say they're different. I mean, even if you go gi and you go combat jiu-jitsu versus non-combat jiu-jitsu with a gi, like I would say that's even two completely different disciplines.
Okay. So we had one. Let me read this comment to you. We had one comment. So I love these, and I kind of didn't look really much further. I'm not going to read who it's from, but he says, "No gi is better and more realistic for street fights." I love that guy that always throws in the street fights.
Right? Yeah. Nobody's wearing a gi on the street.
Yeah. Kind of. Half the time when they answer that, they're not really jiu-jitsu guys, or they're like some other martial art, whatever. So my take on it is this: I actually responded, not really. To his comment, he says it's not realistic for the streets. I said, well, not really. We can grab a shirt, a belt, pants in a street fight. So I think like gi is more realistic to a street fight because no gi, we're like not grabbing any clothing when we're training gi.
Even though we're still wearing clothing,
the
we're
gi
just told
is
not
more
to
realistic.
Yeah.
Again, we're in Florida. Nobody's ever wearing a jacket, but we wear sweaters.
Yeah.
You could probably get your hands in and do a nice cross collar on this, right?
Easily.
I could do it on your shirt.
The self-defense for women. I think they teach that from inside of the guard. Like
grab the shirt from the back and then do a cross collar. Yeah.
It's almost like a weird Ezekiel.
I think that gi jiu-jitsu is more like the fight because we're able to grab anything.
Yeah.
Right. I can grab the belt. I can grab the pant. I can get my if you're not competing, you can put your fingers in into the arm where we're not supposed to do that with in competition or in the gym. So it's actually the opposite. Now back to the belt real quick. Are the belts the same? I do kind of look at them as they are two different sports. I agree with that a little bit more. If you're somebody who only trains gi, or only trains no gi, which is a lot of people right now because that's just kind of where the money is right now.
Yeah.
Maybe it comes back to gi jiu-jitsu.
It's more exciting.
So it's just like, it's Coca-Cola Classic versus New Coke. Remember?
Yeah.
Right? So
Pepsi Clear.
Yeah, right. So it's more like it's the new thing. And it's not so new, but I guess in our world, it's kind of the new thing, and it's the thing that people want to watch, and it's the Gordon Ryan.
It's helping. It's helping jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, it's helping jiu-jitsu. Won championship fighting, and
UFC.
Danielle Kelly and Mikey Musumeci, right? They're old. Mikey just, I'm gonna go no gi, and he went in and wrecked shop, and he holds a belt now and won championship.
Yep.
So I do believe it's its own thing. It's still jiu-jitsu, and I don't really care either way. But if you had to get technical about it, I do think there's two different levels.
At an elite level.
Yeah, I mean, from the hobbyist level, do we really freaking care?
No, because
how many fights have you gotten in since you trained jiu-jitsu?
0.
How many fights did you get in, let's say, 5 years before you got into jiu-jitsu? How many fist fights were you in?
Maybe 1.
I mean, like the average person isn't getting into fights everywhere where it's just like, got to use my jiu-jitsu today. So like that whole in a street fight, how many fucking street fights are you having that's like, well, I got to train for a realistic street fight. I don't know what's going to happen. Now, it's going to happen.
And that's completely different too, because it's like there's no rules with that either. It's not like the UFC, like they're not going to not soccer kick you because your hand is on the ground.
Take out a knife or bite you. Like, are you going to throw, if somebody's trying to beat the shit out of you or fuck up your family, hurt your family. Are you getting them in an armbar?
No.
No, you're going to you want to choke them out or kill them, right? So
there's going to be strikes involved for sure.
But I mean, like, I don't think I've gotten into a fight since, I think the last fight I had was like on a New Year's where I got into a scuffle with somebody in a bathroom at a club.
It's not worth it.
It's just not. It's like ever since I've learned, it's like if there's a fight over there, I'm over here. I don't want to get involved. I don't want to be involved. I don't want to have to give a statement. I don't want to have to hurt somebody. I don't want to get hurt either. I'm not fucking bulletproof.
Have you gotten into any, I don't believe this jiu-jitsu junk? Like friendly, like cousin, friend, brother, sister?
No, I don't have too many.
Because I've had a couple of those.
Do you be like, hey, let's?
No, that's what I'm talking about. Let's go.
Yeah. No, I haven't had that. My nephew, who's like a football player, and he does rugby. Mm-hmm. I don't think he plays in like adult leagues now that he's out of college.
Yeah.
He's a big dude, and like when we've played around, it's like he's like a tank. So he's the only one like I kind of mess around with. Yeah. Anybody else, like my niece will like try to kick me. She'll start throwing kicks, and I'm like,
that's not what we do.
No, yeah, I know, but I'm just saying like people that like they know that I do jiu-jitsu, so they want to fuck around.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't usually like I'll grab her, I'll do a wrist lock. Mom, so
the wrist lock is a good move.
Yeah, like I do like the I'm not gonna freaking manhandle her. I just give her or I kick her. I kick her like a real like a thigh kick or something. Oof. Oh! So
those hurt.
We like that, but nobody's ever been like, "Oh, jiu-jitsu sucks." I think I wouldn't say it's because of this, but I'm also like not a little like I'm the bigger guy. I'm like I'm a bigger guy in the average person in my family is not my size.
I'm sure like the 140-pound guy.
Yeah, there's nobody going like, I don't believe in that jiu-jitsu.
No, what I'm saying is like I'm sure the 140-pound guy that's just like us. We talk about it every day. We change the conversation to jiu-jitsu whenever we can.
Yeah,
that kind of guy. At the holiday party or at the
I've never. I
feel like it would be at a higher rate that they would get the like that stuff. Come on, bro.
I did,
and
then
they get worked.
So the one of the this is actually a true story. He was actually I had a coworker who went on the show. What is it called? Not Love It, Married at First Sight.
Okay.
There's a show called Married at First Sight. I don't think it's on Netflix now. My wife watched it. I watch it. Yeah. And I went to this guy gets hired at the company. I wind up managing his department. I got promoted to manage his department.
All right.
And he was like he wasn't a big dude, but he considered himself the alpha male. He was like trying to hit on all the girls. And now I came in and they like installed me as as an assistant manager, actually to the manager. But I had to work intimately with all those people because I helped them with sales. I helped get sales for their clients. And when I came in, I'm just me and people, I was able to wear a hat. So like I had my title MMA hat or, Friday I'd wear a jiu-jitsu shirt. Just, I'm me. I was just me.
Par for the course.
And he kind of took it as like,
what's up, bro?
Yeah. He's like, I was more alpha than him. So he took it as like, he had to like try to like man up to me all the time. And we would in the beginning when I first went down, like we'd have lunch once in a while. We'd be walking to lunch at the same time. There was some restaurants outside the office building. So we'd go and it was just like we started joking around a lot.
Yeah.
And then his jokes got to like,
What's up, bro?
Yeah, and I'd go to like do this, and he'd be like, "Oh, dude, don't touch." Like he was over dramatic about it. Like he went from like and then when he saw like I was just like, dude,
that's
like,
normally how that goes.
Fuck around and find out, right? And then one day he was sick. Something happened, and I'm like, I made a joke, and he tried to use the word like I'm bullying him. He's like, "Stop bullying me, man!" And he fucking squared off. He squared off in front of me, and I was like at a computer. He's behind me.
Yeah.
He's getting all pissy. I'm working with this girl and doing something, and I turn, and he's just like, "You're not gonna bully me," and he's like, and I'm like, I wasn't.
Yeah.
I wasn't. I was like, how am I gonna bully somebody that I can obviously just? In my mind, I felt like I could manhandle him.
Yeah.
And he squared off, and I turned around, and I'm just like, "Are you fucking serious? Like, you have no fighting skills. You really think at least this is what's going on in my mind? Like
delusion.
It's just he's delusional. All I felt like I had to do was just like fucking give him one straight kick to the fucking belly, and he would like, ugh. Especially after when I like would joke with him,
if
he
would
kicked
be
me
like,
in
the belly right now, I'd die. I think.
So the manager wound up like coming in because he heard him yelling. I wasn't yelling him. Me like, and thankfully there was a witness. He's like, he didn't do anything. I don't know what this guy fucking did, and it happened twice where he was just like, "You're not gonna fucking bully me. Stop trying to bully me." And I went to the boss. I said,
"Sounds like he was an attention whore. That guy's an attention whore."
Well, I think he was trying to get me in. Like he was the alpha, and I was stepping on his toes.
Yeah.
And he wanted me out.
He wanted to be the assistant. He was the
manager. But he was just the alpha.
Yeah.
He was like a new employee there too. He hadn't been there over a long time. And he was just the alpha. He had gone on the show.
These are the people that I'm talking about, by the way.
He went on the show.
Yeah.
He went on the show and got like you get married, literally get married at first sight, and they go on the honeymoon. They bring them all to the same place, and all the people, they're on this honeymoon. And he brought a vape pen, and he brought a THC.
Yeah.
He smoked weed all the time. So he brought the pen. Now he's just married somebody, and her big thing, and she had spoken about it when they do her interviews, is like her last boyfriend did a lot of drugs, and she wasn't into drugs, and she didn't want. And she wakes up one morning, like first morning, and he had gotten up early, and he's smoking a vape pen on the patio. Now he's wound up telling me the whole story when this all happened. This is before we got into the shit. He wound up telling me, he's like, "Yeah, man, she was smoking my vape pen. She got pissed off, and she got upset.
And we've only known each other for 3 weeks.
He was like off the show for immediately.
Yeah.
But he went on the show thinking he was just like, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to kind of get that reality stardom. That's what he talked. He thought he was going to be this reality star.
Yeah.
And he got thrown off so early, he got no fucking love.
Yeah.
He was gone so quickly, nobody even knew who the hell he was. They went, it was done.
Yeah.
And they wound up, they actually didn't like throw him under the bus about smoking the vape pen. They made it, he was smoking cigarettes and she didn't like it. So they didn't go like the drug route with that. But this guy winds up, this whole thing happens after he comes back. He squares off with me a couple of times, and I went to the boss. I'm like, "Look, I'm gonna have to defend myself at some point if he squares off like that. Or we're gonna get." And I'm like, "I'm gonna hurt this guy." I'm like, "I think it's time that you get rid of him. You know what happened last time? It happened again." I'm like, and he's like, "All right, I'll get rid of him today."
Yeah.
But they didn't want to get rid of him at first, and they wound up getting rid of him. And then I wound up actually running into him in my gym and locally, and he was just like, "Hey man, what's going on? How you doing, man?" It was after my heart attack too. He's like, "Oh, you lost some weight." Like I'm just like, this. You got fucking fired squaring off with me, and now you're acting like you're my best friend. So I mean, I think he realized real world. Yeah, it's like, well, this is the real world, and I might.
There's no. Dude, I'm doing whatever it takes to not get in a fight. That's how much I know I don't want to fight.
That's
Could you
the
imagine?
last, like, close to a fight that I had since while I was training jiu-jitsu.
I think I would even lose a fight if you caught me like after practice. Because I'm so beat.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean,
that'd probably be the best time if you want to fight a jiu-jitsu guy. Find out when open mat is, and then fight him that day at 7 p.m.
Well, I mean, it's I think the guys that we like. I mean, it's accountants and cops and.
Dude, there's killers.
There's chiropractors, former doctors from other countries. Like there's
not
all
my
this
gym.
Crazy stuff.
We got that, but we also have like the killers.
Yeah, I think most of the guys that are there are there. I mean, at my gym, most of the guys are there. I'm not saying that we don't have guys that are killers and fucking love jiu-jitsu. We don't have any troublemakers. We don't have anybody that's looking for.
I would even say that you have very few athletes.
It's more.
Gym. It's not catered that way. It's a family oriented.
Yeah, it's more. What do we always say?
Executive.
Hobbyist.
Yeah.
It's more. Yes, I'm at a gym where it's more hobbyist, without a doubt.
There's people that come to my gym that are not.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah,
I know. Shit.
And you're gonna get it. They're nice. They're extremely nice, just like how you say it, because actually competitors are more likely to be like the nicest, and they train so much that they read all the vibes. Because I've gone hard, with one of our very athletic guys, and then they move over to another guy, and we had like a mutual agreement, like we're gonna make this suck, and then
like suck, go hard.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Like I'm not coming out on the winning end of this at all. I know that. You know what I mean? Like I'm getting submitted a couple of times for sure, but you're gonna be breathing heavy after this.
Right.
Like hard to kill scenario.
So let's go back to did we really come to a place where we got your opinion on the belts?
I think it's different. Yeah, I said it's different right away.
It's absolutely different.
Yeah.
Do you think that there should be two different? Like you're a jiu-jitsu brown belt, but you're a blue belt.
I even agree with what you said. Like I think taking somebody's belt away is kind of dumb.
Well, yeah, I mean that's never gonna happen.
But I think even what you said when you said like, I do my school's jiu-jitsu. If I go to your school, I'm doing your school. Yeah. I don't think
I'm a realist. I mean, yeah, your jiu-jitsu might be good, but if you're gonna get some looks.
If you and I go to blue on New Wave in Texas, do you think you're a New Wave brown belt?
No, not even close.
Do you think you're a B team brown belt?
No.
Do you think you're a ATOS brown belt?
Absolutely not.
No, right, and neither am I.
But like, all of those schools like New Wave is at a Henzo's. Like, they're still working out of a Henzo's, right?
Not anymore.
No, they're already.
I think they have their gym now,
okay.
But it's like a secret gym. I think they're training out of that Roca gym.
Okay, so all of those places have their hobbyist classes.
Right.
Remember, the ones that we see online are, the Gordon's class, and this the high-level class, and these guys are competing.
Yeah.
But they all have their hobbyist class. And those are the ones that, do I think my brown belt matches, like they were at Henzo's for a while, right, in Texas, in Austin, Texas, right?
Right.
So, yeah, I would, if I went to visit there at 50, almost a 50-year-old hobbyist brown belt, I'm going to go to the hobbyist class.
Right.
Yes, wouldn't it be nice to go there and okay, maybe we get invited? Because how many times do our guests invite us to? Every guest is like, if you're ever in town, come out, right?
Come on in.
Yeah, and I'm gonna roll with them, and it's gonna be cool. It's like a friend. I'm not gonna be going in there with, again, they're like, oh hey, those are the competition guys over there. Yeah, I'm gonna be over here. We're the hobbyists.
Yeah,
and that's like, everybody has their journey. I'm here for my journey. I don't give a fuck why you're there. I respect why you're here, but don't expect my journey to be your journey.
Yeah.
Yes, I already know that my brown belt is not the same as a lot of other brown belts.
Right.
I'm not going every day. It's not a career.
Answering your question.
Yeah, no.
I think even gym to gym,
your
belt is different. I think
absolutely.
I think even a black belt, like if you're just like, let's say an IBJJF only competitor black belt, I don't
gi or no gi.
Gi or no gi.
Okay.
Right? I don't think you're a UFC black belt at grappling, like MMA grappling.
Yeah, okay, that's different. It's the same family, but it's different.
That's a different thing.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. You could transition. You could definitely go back and forth, and you could definitely be multiple. But if you like, let's say you're like a black belt from a really good school, and you've won world titles.
Yeah.
Would you probably be able to hold your own in a cage with that rule set? Probably. But, like, you're going to come up short. And I'm talking about just straight up, like, MMA rules, but pretend you started with the guy in your guard.
Okay.
Like, you have to be mega deadly for your jiu-jitsu to be effective.
So, I remember one time I said, this is a while back, I said something to somebody that owns a gym. It's Canada or Alaska, I forget. And I made a comment about that. This is years ago. And he was just like, I'll stack my belt up against anybody. Now, I know the guy was like a FedEx driver during the day. He had his own school at like brown belt. I think even at purple. It wasn't in like a high population, a densely populated area. And I made that comment. He's like, I'll put my belt against anybody's. I'll go, and I'm like, okay, that's great. But,
there's levels.
Yeah. Like, my coach says, for every level, there's another level. For everybody, look at the way, Gordon Ryan is the best example. He makes people look like
he also trains
white and blue belts
7 days a week.
Yeah.
No breaks.
But that right there is the perfect example when somebody says, "Oh, I don't." Yeah, okay. Well, everybody that fights Gordon Ryan thinks the same thing. Like, no, my belt can stack up against anybody. Yeah. And then he fucking submits you in however long he wants to submit you.
Not only that, but then busts out a piece of paper that he sealed up before and goes like, "This is how I was gonna do it, and this is how I did it."
There are levels. I'm a realist.
Right.
I do, and I'm. You can. I mean, nobody ever. I never get any negative comments for saying that. And again, the going back and forth in that particular thing. Nobody. People were really respectful in that post, in that TikTok post. More respectful than other shit that we posted, especially when you get into like male female stuff. People are just like, guys are just like,
it's weird.
Really, you still think like that? But nobody was disrespectful about it. But it's at the same time, like I'm being fucking 100% on it. I know that I'm, again, a brown belt at my school.
Right.
I don't expect that if I went to Henzo's and you guys are going to have a completely different game. I've rolled with you since you've run. You're way tougher than you were when you trained with us.
I love this sport.
Yeah. You fell in love. You consume it. You've gotten some other looks at some other gyms. Yeah. I know the gyms that you've been are pretty tough, have high level competitors.
Yep.
And,
I get whooped all the time.
Yeah, you're getting, but, sometimes you're the hammer, sometimes you're the nail. Then you come and train or go to other schools and, I bet you're the hammer more often than not. Yeah. And, like, hats off to you. I give you credit, like, when we went to, like, Drew's or, when we, like, went together. Yeah. You went around that room like, hey, you want to roll? Hey, you want to roll? Hey, you want to roll? Hey, and I was always like, again, I'm still like that with other school. Like
it's a buffet for me.
A thing again. I go back to because of my weight. Like it's almost like, hey, like if everybody's smaller than me, their skill may be way better. But I'm like, hey, I'll let you come to me if you're okay with rolling.
You're projecting a lot. I feel because like, it's like how much do you love jiu-jitsu and how much would you love it if anybody walked up to you and was like, bro, you want to roll? You'd be very receptive to it.
Yeah.
99.99% of the people that are there, they feel the same way you do. That's the way I look at it.
They're waiting for somebody to come to them?
They're just as happy to be there. And then also just like, all right, big dude, challenge. Awesome.
Yeah. But again, but that's my personality.
I don't think people are scared. That's what I'm saying.
No, not that they're scared, but if and this is no disrespect for you, if the two of us were sitting there, and let's just say we were at the exact same, we actually went there in gis and like nobody did gi and then we got into our no gi stuff, right? But if we were both there, let's just say we trained the same amount of time, we were at the same belt rank.
Yeah.
Forget about them knowing us. Just because of the weight difference, if we were sitting next to each other, most guys, especially if they weigh less than me, are going to go to the guy that they're more compatible with. It's like, my coach says, find somebody that makes sense. Yeah. I think that's smart.
Yeah.
A lot of times, I'm the bigger guy, and I don't make sense for them.
Yeah.
Their jiu-jitsu may wind up being better than mine. They can catch me. Maybe they could submit the fuck out of me. But from on the surface, I don't make sense to them. Why am I going to train with this big guy when there's a guy 30, 40, 50 pounds?
Yeah.
Lower weight and same belt rank. I'm probably more evenly matched with that guy.
When I see a giant, I can't wait.
Really?
To roll with them. Yeah. Like, I've been to several open mats and different schools where there's like dudes that make you look like a baby. So like these people are like 6'5", 240, made out of oak, and you're just like, this is gonna
suck.
This is not gonna be good, but I can't wait to see how long I could last. It's like a
so let's say you're 50 years old.
Yeah.
I already know your answer to this, and we're gonna have two different answers. You're 50 years old.
Okay.
You're me.
Okay.
Are you gonna
roll?
You or
am I 50 years old? Am I me 50?
You're better looking. You're 50 and
thank you.
Yeah, okay. So, and there is a 19-year-old, just a 19-year-old fucking kid that's been training there 10, 11 years. Yeah. He's been there since he's a kid.
I'm still me though. It's my personality.
You're you.
Yeah.
And are you going to roll with the other 50-year-olds who are the same rank as you, or are you going to roll with the kid the 19-year-old, let's say purple belt, who are you rolling with?
Both.
If there's an option, but if you had one roll left and there was those
my whole
two guys,
entire life,
one roll left that day, like who were you picking?
The challenge. I'm picking the young kid.
Okay, all right. So for me, again, I'm usually gonna train with somebody that makes sense.
And I always say something funny when there's a mismatch. I say something.
So
I always say something fucking stupid.
I actually have changed the way I'm saying what I'm saying now, but I've actively tried to, because you convinced me. I am going around now.
Be more outgoing.
I'm grabbing people, and I grabbed the 19-year-old purple belt, Alex.
Yeah. We
traded toe holds.
He's good for you.
And I heard, my ankle clicked and my knee clicked. Yeah. So we're exchanging toe holds.
Yeah.
Boom, boom. And now I've been out I'm going on this will be 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So again.
But you've said it. You've said it on the podcast. Yeah. You should have tapped.
I should have tapped.
Yeah.
I think he should have tapped.
Yeah.
I wasn't
That's
wrenching
not,
it.
It's not your job to tell him what to do.
No, absolutely.
It's your job to make him to do what you want him to do. But
because I know now I'm out.
Yeah.
I have a family. I have a job. I have a job that centers around jiu-jitsu. I have a job that's a whole nother business.
Yeah.
Did that make sense for me? Should I have not rolled with somebody that I was more evenly matched at, including my age? I said, you know what? Everybody's avoiding him because he's a young stud. Yeah. I'm going to roll with him. And I've been rolling with him a lot more instead of him sitting there and going, nobody wants to roll with him.
Yeah.
So I've been rolling with him more, and then that happened.
Just
and I'm not blaming him.
Yeah,
Love the kid.
I know.
I'm going to go back and I'm still going to do it again.
You said it. You said that was on you.
Did that make sense for me? I went and rolled with a young stud.
But you learned a lesson.
Who's fucking really good, who's at, level-wise, I'm bigger and I've been around longer, but he's been training longer than me.
Yeah.
Right? Did he make sense for me? Was that a mistake for me to roll with him at all? I'm not saying I have an answer, but that's when I say roll with somebody who makes sense. Again, you're not trying to win practice unless you're going to compete, unless you're a competitor and not just competing for yourself to get some medals. Like if you're competing and you want to make a career out of it, then go freaking crazy, roll with anybody.
Yeah.
But you also have to recognize you got to be careful and take care of the people that aren't there to compete or to make this their profession. You can't come in and bully everybody. So again, it's not my profession.
Take my approach,
which is
roll with everybody and be extremely humble. I've tapped because I literally didn't know what I was doing and I didn't like where I was. Mm-hmm. I was like, stop.
Yep.
Just like that, because I was just like, I don't know what I'm doing right here and I don't like the way my neck is right now.
Yeah.
So just like that. And I'm a person who likes a lot of sample sizes. Like I like a big sample size.
You go in, you roll with everybody. You make an effort and stay there as long as possible and roll with everybody, even when everybody's like sitting on the. Hey, you want to roll?
Yep. Yeah,
you're that guy. That's awesome. I respect that.
Everybody's got some different. It's different. Everybody's got some different offer. They feel different. They move different. They even feel different when they're fresh versus when they're tired.
Talking about this with you on multiple, it led me to go, maybe I can't get comfortable in the belt. I can't get comfortable. I still roll. It's not like I'm not rolling.
I know you're not rolling.
I'm rolling.
And I've seen you roll
training.
with a ton of people.
Yeah, I still roll with some freaking hard guys and freaking Tom and Ray. I mean, these guys are freaking.
You're also first base for a lot of the white belts that come in there that are males that are over 200 pounds.
Oh yeah,
because you've said that, Coach. You're the guy.
Yeah,
you're like the guy at Walmart. Like welcome, welcome to Jiu-Jitsu for life.
And I love that. But I can say that I have changed a little bit from those conversations. Going, am I again? And it's something that I knew. I'm saying it as a question, but I'm also saying I already knew the answer. Like, I'm kind of missing out a little bit. Let me go grab some more people and not just sit and wait for the last person who's like, I'm your only option. Come here. But at the same time, it's not. Like, I didn't lose out on my jiu-jitsu. I still rolled. Sometimes that last guy was the toughest guy in the room, and I still rolled with that. So when I say that I wait, it's not me not rolling, and then I'm like, nobody picked me. No, I'm rolling.
Oh, I know that.
But I don't go, there came a point where I was just like, I know that person probably would prefer not to roll with me, or I see them avoiding me in like when you're matching up to drill. Yeah. And I'm like, I'm not going to make. Now, the one person I do go out of my way to grab is Mauricio, because Mauricio actively avoids me and tells me he's avoiding me.
Yeah.
So anytime I can grab him, I'll just be I'll just run up on him and be like, let's roll.
He always grabs me every time I'm there.
He
always wants to roll. Yeah, I like him back.
But I'll grab him and he hates it.
Yeah.
We're friends and we're good friends.
Of course.
Not just friends, we're good friends. He's somebody that I speak to a lot outside of jiu-jitsu. But like I'll grab him because I know that I know people that are avoiding me, but he's verbalized it. He said, I'm avoiding you.
What's the term for like your drilling partner? Like, but they're like your jiu-jitsu. What are they called? Is there a name for that? Like your drilling partner, like your favorite, your bestie.
Yeah, I guess your gym bestie.
Your gym bestie.
I see it in.
There's always like your gym bestie for sure.
A lot of times I roll with, and like again, I've been hurt so much, but like when I'm there, like I usually, I drill a lot with Ray.
Yeah.
But it's funny because we're both always hurt and have similar injuries that I like.
You both have similar.
I think we almost both feel bad. It's just like, we don't want to hurt each other more, so like we don't roll with each other as much.
The enemy of your enemy is your friend.
Justin,
it's like the hand meme where they're like this and the two muscles in the middle. It's like injuries.
Yeah. I'm always like, hey, big guy, come here. But it's funny because even like the big guys that are white belts,
Yeah.
There are certain guys that know. There are certain guys that have a perception of me that don't train with me often. Because a lot of guys came in when I was out and hurt, and I had the whatever that
the groin
pull muscle, the groin muscle, the groin pull, whatever the hell it was. But there are also guys that go, no, like they come and grab me because they know that I'm not and they know like I'm gonna help them and teach them something or give them a little nugget. I'll be like, I see them struggling with something, and I'm like, without the coach looking, I'll be like, hey, do it like this. Like they're another big guy, and I'm like, do it like this because it doesn't work for us like that. Like
for
and
us.
I'll tell them for us, for the big guys.
I mean, you got a point,
and they appreciate certain. I think that they appreciate certain things. I know they appreciate certain.
You got a point. I mean, like you also can't take it away from yourself that you've been doing this for the better half of a decade.
Yeah,
and like you have an experience of how to do jiu-jitsu in your body.
Yeah,
and you're also not an idiot. So it's like you could definitely go like, that guy's built like me. I've rolled with the person that they're rolling with. I know what somebody who's not feeling the move but not giving me good feedback looks like. Because you know that. You see people drilling a move and you see them drilling a submission and you're like, that's caca. Why would you even... It's like your drilling partner is not giving you feedback. He's not doing what a jiu-jitsu guy would do. You know what I'm saying? They're like falling
my head
flat
goes
on their
right
stomach.
to the two white belts after class
Yeah.
that are... they're not even talking about or trying to practice the thing they're going into the YouTube shit that they saw
exactly,
and
immediately.
teaching somebody something weird, and we're all always like heads explode like, all right, let's just watch this. Let's see where this goes.
I think it's this collar.
Yeah,
I think it's this collar. But
I respect those guys too because I remember being there when it was. Yeah,
how many times have we got to say it, bro? I think you just got to go through those phases, and you might be going through some weird brown belt phase that I don't know about that you could relate to with like. Maybe like a black belt or like just a brand new black belt or like a seasoned brown belt.
I said it on one of the episodes right around the time like and then I hurt my knee again, but I'm taking this more seriously than I have in a long time.
Yeah.
The heart attack isn't an issue anymore. Now my knee not tweaked. If this was a sprain, this is definitely not even a sprain. Like I'm good.
Yeah.
I don't want to. I'm smart enough to know
you're wise. You're wise. I
don't want to fuck it up. I don't want to aggravate it. And when I go back,
your
I'm
therapy, so you take care of yourself, so you could jiu-jitsu.
But I also, it's funny because anytime that I do get hurt, I'm like, I get to work out, and then I can make myself stronger. And I always talk about myself being big in the weight, but I do feel I know that I'm strong too.
Yeah.
And I know that people hate that. So it's like, oh shit, I can't even get away from him like that. I know that's frustrating.
I
get
told that I'm strong for what I look like. You felt like the people who like they get a hold of you. Yeah,
it's like that old man strength. You're like, how does that old man?
I think I got it.
I think I'm getting to that point of people feel like it. Oh, wow, old man strength. But no, I'm fucking working in the gym. I tell you, I've been going to the gym hour during.
You got to get your edge. Your edge has to be something.
I can't wait to see if I want to really do it because it's the first time I'm going to the gym during the day while I'm work. I want to go to the gym, and then when I get back to jiu-jitsu, so it's going to be a 2-a-day. So it's just like I work out during the day, I feel great, and then go to jiu-jitsu and be getting both of those things. I haven't done that forever.
Yeah.
For a really long time. I can't even remember. I never worked out during the day. It was like go to jiu-jitsu in the evening, and my days off from jiu-jitsu, I would go work out.
Yeah.
Also, we would do some heavier warm-ups and exercises at my first gym that we really didn't do at my second gym, not to take anything away from where I am. And again, look, one of my coaches is a world champion.
Yeah.
One of my coaches is undefeated in Fight to Win, 3-0. I'm not getting, we talk about, hey, we're hobbyists and we're this and that. There's some fucking great jiu-jitsu in there.
Also,
and you know who comes in, the people that come in, the old Fight Sports guys. So a lot of those guys still come in. Yeah. We got guys from Pool Guys coming. We got freaking, one of our coaches is
what, the Del Rey, all the Del Rey guys too? And he trains with them every morning? Felipe's not getting his training there, by the way. Like, he goes to other gyms.
Yeah, he's going to other gyms.
Yeah,
like,
so he's staying sharp too.
I put him against, shit. He's beat one or two of our guests.
Even if he's outmatched, which I feel bad even saying that dude is hard to kill.
Yeah, he's hard to submit.
You're not going to kill that guy.
Yeah.
He's going to get out.
So, again, I talk about the hobbies. I don't want anybody to think like, oh, I'm at an easy school.
It's very easy to get caught. This is why this is this. Because it's very easy to get caught up with the black, like the world champion, MMA, Eddie Bravo, like the whole thing.
Just kind of thinking about it because
you get delusional sometimes. You're like, I could be like that. You know what I mean?
So who he's really small, but he's tough. I have my funnest roles with Esteban, Adolfo's dad.
Okay, yeah.
He's very technical. He's good.
Good bloodline.
He's really, really tiny. He's small.
Yeah.
But he's what, 2, 3? Does he 3 stripe? Maybe 1 or 2 stripe.
He's OG for sure.
Yeah. Black belt, and I love it. 'Cause, I go hard with him because it's just fucking like.
He knows how to defend himself.
Yeah, like I can.
He's older. Isn't he older than you?
He's
older than you, right?
I think he's younger than me.
Yeah.
He's in his mid-40s.
He's mid-40s?
I think he's mid-40s.
Adolfo's in his 20s. Would he have Adolfo when he was 12?
No, I don't think he's no. Maybe he's my age. Adolfo's 26. My daughter's 30.
Yeah.
Started at 9,
And if he's younger, then that makes sense. If he's 3 years younger than you, that would make perfect sense.
Yeah, he's like 45. He could be a little.
He's a good-looking man.
Okay, whatever. If that's what
have you seen his arm veins? I commented on his arm veins the other day.
Jiu-Jitsu's favorite monthly subscription box has now joined the Jiu-Jitsu Dummies podcast. The BJJ box is delivered to your door filled with premium jiu-jitsu and grappling apparel, equipment, supplements, supplies, snacks, and more. The crew at the BJJ box find the best in the world of jiu-jitsu and guarantee every box to be worth more than the cost. Each box includes 4 to 7 items you're going to love. Visit thebjjbox.com and use code JJD10 to get $10 off your very first box. And give them a follow on Instagram at TheBJJBox. Neutral Zone is combat family owned, so they know you need to keep yourself and your equipment clean. They created Neutral Zone Clean wipes and sprays for just that purpose. Neutral Zone products are formulated to reduce the risk of bacterial and fungal infections. Whatever's making you sweat, weight training, rolling on the mats, yard work, or just working around the house, Neutral Zone Clean wipes and sprays can make you feel and smell refreshed. Use code JJD to get 15% off your online order at neutralzoneclean.com. While you're there, sign up for their newsletter to receive the latest info and updates on product launches like their new shower gel and soap bar coming soon. Are you Neutral Zone Clean? Special thank you to the crew over at Flow and Roll for all their support. Flow and Roll is renowned for their incredible no-gi rash guards, shorts, and leggings. Flow and Roll has quickly become the premier custom apparel provider for academies big and small throughout the United States. Reach out today to discuss your custom order and ask about their incredible pre-order program. You can send an email to flowandroll@gmail.com or visit their Instagram at flow_n_roll and shoot them a direct message. And yes, they can create an awesome custom gi for your academy as well. Visit flowandroll.com to check out their awesome designs, and while you're there, pick up a Jiu-Jitsu Dummy signature tee exclusively at flowandroll.com. And remember, you'll get 20% off your purchase of t-shirts, rash guards, or gis with code JJD.
I wound up like I don't get to do, because again it's a freaking I would look like a bulldozer coming at somebody, but I rolled with him before I hurt the knee.
Yeah.
And I was throwing wrestling shots. I was like, he was like, he didn't know.
Achievement unlocked.
I don't do that with a lot of people because a lot of people like, what am I? I'm going to do a fucking double leg takedown on a guy that doesn't even know how to fall yet.
Yeah.
Again, even if he's big.
True.
Or they don't see it that much.
That's a good guy
I'm going to hurt him. I'm going to hurt him if I do a double leg. He doesn't really know how to fall. He's gonna, I don't.
I don't do tripod. I don't do tripod.
But somebody who knows, I'm gonna freaking, I'm gonna go hard, and I get to go hard with him.
Yeah,
and it's fun, and he never complains.
Hey,
he's like bring it. We laugh a lot. I used to get him in the lockdown all the time. Now I can barely get it on him. Like now he's around Felipe all day. So I have a lot of fun with him. So again, I'm not. When I talk about like being a hobbyist and stuff, I'm a hobbyist under some really talented jiu-jitsu people.
Yeah.
So like
you're a little bit more than a hobby. You're like a hobbyist. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean,
you're like the dude that has like the model helicopter that has the gas engine and is like 1/24th scale. Like
up until COVID and the knee, I definitely went. Like, the adults class is 4 days a week and then 2 open mats on the weekend. Yeah. I was there 4 or 5 times a week. So, it was injury that sidelined me. COVID sidelined me. Came back to a groin injury. Yeah. Now I have this other knee injury. It's always been something.
You still got like a good 40 years of this.
I don't know. Oh, no, we're talking about me too much. But
that's the way I think about it.
I do. I appreciate you. Like, I diminish my own jiu-jitsu because I don't want to be up here like, plenty of people can come and submit me, and I get that.
I'm like
but my jiu-jitsu is also under Felipe, who's a black belt under Cyborg. Like, our jiu-jitsu is not shit.
Yeah.
But again, I'm just a gentle guy. I'm a gentle giant. And if you want, like, I'm a gentle guy when it comes to guys that aren't at my level. But when there is somebody at my level, I will roll much harder. This blue belt kid, he's a judo brown belt. Ricardo. Yeah. Like, I rolled with him.
Nice guy.
I've only rolled with him twice.
Yeah.
The first time, we kind of both took it easy. The second time,
establishing
I was like,
dominance.
He went hard, and I was just like, okay, let me see where this goes. And I stayed under. He couldn't submit me. He got me into some bad positions, and I was like, I just played defense. He's a freaking young kid. Yeah. He's my size. He went taller than me.
He went to high school.
More muscular.
He went to high school with
Moicano. Did he? Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
He was dying laughing with the Moicano wants money.
He went crazy when Pajeda.
Yeah, he
won.
did.
He
did
fucking,
the arrow.
So like a guy like that, again, he's got mid-20s.
Yeah.
Mid-20s, way stronger than me.
Is he 20?
I can go hard with that kid. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't know him well enough. I can go harder with him. Now I know I've only rolled with him a couple of times. I can roll way harder because he could defend himself. Yeah. And again, he's got the judo background, so it's different. So I know when I can freaking go hard. At the same time, though, I know me also. Like I also want to be cautious because
I think you get
I'm coming off of now my second knee injury.
I think I could honestly say you get there at late blue belt.
The
do's and the don'ts, the consciousness of
I think I still roll. I still
treat new people.
I was definitely a little bit of a bully at purple, and then I faded away. I think probably getting hurt. Like, I don't want to hurt anybody. I don't want anybody to go through this. Yeah. And I started to back off. I was definitely like a neon neck guy.
Dude, I have
neon neck, like a neon belly to transition to a neon neck. I did that to everybody. And again, I wasn't like wrenching it, but I'd be like kind of smiling, laughing at them a little bit, I did Mauricio, I did like the neon sternum a lot to him. He used to get so fucking mad, and
that's why he doesn't want to be your drum partner.
I did do, but I didn't do it and like I did it and kind of laughed a little bit.
Were you having fun?
Like, I was being a dickhead bully by having fun. But knowing that I was hurting them a little bit.
Like, were you having fun doing that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I had a lot of fun doing that. But again, then it came down to, okay, I got hurt, and I was like, ooh, I don't want to do this to somebody else. I don't want somebody to go through this. This isn't the best part of the jiu-jitsu journey,
So
and that kind of slowed me down a little bit with that.
Like right now, I'm having a lot of fun, but like I'm getting my satisfaction from being able to increase my bandwidth speed in terms of reactions, or whether that be an offensive reaction or a defensive reaction, and also being able to have different variances or different sequences that work depending on what the person is doing. So just like the fact, I really, really like am happy. Like I have a good day at jiu-jitsu. I don't care if I get tapped or not. I have a good day at jiu-jitsu if I'm in a certain position and the guy or girl does this, and then I do that appropriately, and then in the same role they do the same move. We're in the same position, but instead of doing this, they're doing that, and I also have an answer for that, whether that be a defensive answer or an offensive answer. Like to me, that's lately been like what's been really fun about jiu-jitsu is having an answer to whatever the test is.
You're in a good place.
I like it.
Do you think you don't have stripes? Do they do stripes at your place?
Yeah, they do.
Do you feel like I'm going to say this without knowing a lot about the politics within your gym? I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but I have a feeling like you're going to show up and they'll be like, I got a purple belt today. Or I'm going to see the picture online. You got a purple belt.
I'm really not
because you're in this
attention.
weird place of like you haven't been under them the whole time, but you're coming do they give you like, okay, let me
this month was a year.
Do they give you 2 stripes, 3 stripes, or I think I have a feeling it's just going to be like, screw the stripes. Let's just give him his purple belt when he's ready.
Yeah.
And I
don't know.
You don't. How many years have you been at blue?
This year is 2.
2 full years at blue?
I'm over 2.
You're only 3 years in.
Yeah, I'm over 2.
Okay.
I'm over 2 years. Yeah, I'm also new. Like, and I understand like
a lot of gyms will do 2 years at white. Some gyms do 2 years at white.
I understand like where my holes are. I also like I only go 3-4 times a week.
Yeah.
You know, and.
But you watch a lot of jiu-jitsu.
I do.
You consume a lot of jiu-jitsu, which I believe is like is you're supplementing your training by doing that as well.
I think the jiu-jitsu at I've talked to the professor, and he hates it when you call him that, by the way. I've talked to Adrian, and Adrian is very adamant of like, I have a standard. And I'm okay with the standard.
What do you mean?
Like in terms of like, I will promote you when I feel like you've reached this standard.
Okay.
And
they test? Does he test?
No.
Or no?
But he really does value the quality of your jiu-jitsu. And I think he also does a thing like have you said, not only the quality of your jiu-jitsu, but what you're trying to do with jiu-jitsu. And if I were to be like outside looking in, I would say like, do I have the drive and the passion? Yeah. Could I tell that if he could be here every day, he would? The answer is fuck yeah, but I can't.
Yeah.
But he knows that I hold my jiu-jitsu at such a high regard that I think he's not giving it to me. I'm saying outside looking in, which is like controversial.
You're kind of saying like you're tougher on yourself than anybody else is.
And I think he sees that.
I know you jiu-jitsu. I believe that your level is definitely higher blue and probably even into purple already. For I mean, based on like the last time I rolled with you, I know you got some new tricks in your bag, and I know that you're only getting better, and I know you have that little bit of a wrestling background, and you've got the that martial arts training from which is
the military.
The military. What is
combatives.
What is it called? Combatives.
Yeah.
I think in like the Marines, what do they do? Like
McMap. Yeah.
McMap. I don't know. So, like, I know that you have those tools. Like, you have a lot of tools. You're starting in a different place than most people that walk into jiu-jitsu.
I also watch fighting every day. I understand positions.
Yeah.
You know.
I believe that, remember Thomas Radzinski?
Yeah.
When he was on? We had a very specific conversation about promoting and, like, how do you promote. And he goes, when you get to brown belt, it's not just, this is what he's saying. I'm not saying, I think I agree with him. It's also like, are you helping at the gym? Do you grab somebody and do you coach? Yeah. Like, it becomes almost different. Like,
are you an ambassador of the sport?
Like let's say, think about this, right? Once you're at black belt, it's just time, right? You're getting a stripe for the time, right? So, not saying that that's true for brown belt, but I'm saying, right, most people, right, it's like, black belts, a lot of them are coaching, but it winds up just being time. There's no, have you ever heard of black belts like, I've been a black belt for 3 years. I'm supposed to get a stripe, and it went to 5 years, and I just didn't get it because my coach didn't feel I was ready. No, you're getting it based on the time.
Right.
If you're active in jiu-jitsu, I can't say that they won't hold you a little bit if you're a 1 day a week black belt versus a 5 day a week coach black belt.
Yeah.
But again, I know that your jiu-jitsu is not reflected in the belt. And let's throw the belts out for a second. You're definitely if you walked in,
a lot of people.
If you walked into a gym today and didn't tell them the belt you were at, and you rolled with some of their guys, they'd be like, "Yeah, this guy is definitely."
It depends where you go.
He's high blue, or I look at you like you're a purple already. That's why I keep on asking. Have you gotten promoted?
A lot. We've had some gym talk, and we hang out, and we have like a very family. Like I think a lot of jiu-jitsu gyms. Yeah, and we have like events, and we talk. And a lot of the people at my gym are like, business owners and stuff like that. They travel a lot, and we have a very like, hey, wherever you go and get it, And I've heard some stories where it's like, hey, this guy said he was a brown belt. He was wearing a brown belt, but I smoked that dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, but where were you? He's like, oh, I was in Winnipeg. It's like they probably don't have like a lot of like that's.
He's got no social media pictures of himself at something.
What I'm saying is like the quality of jiu-jitsu. Are you a brown belt? Yeah, that dude is a brown belt in Winnipeg or wherever he went.
So if I was a coach, I'd let him come in with his blue belt, but he's going to probably be with his brown belt, but he's going to be at that brown until, like you said, like your coach Adrian is going to say, I'm not going to just promote you to promote you.
I respect it. I respect it because like that's how I like things. I don't like he's been coming here, he shows up, he's always got a good attitude. Like I'm not paying you for me to I have a good attitude no matter what. Like I'm paying for a service and the dude's providing it. Yeah. And like when I know if electrical tape gets me excited, if I see it.
Listen, I'm gonna go a whole nother route because you asked me this the other day.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. You weren't joking, but you asked me. So spats under the shorts. You were asking me why were you asking me about spats under shorts?
Oh, I think I was just saying, like, do you wear spats?
Yeah,
like,
no.
You don't.
I
just wear
I did
shorts?
for a little bit, and I just didn't. It wasn't my thing. I just like I don't know.
Just the shorts.
I never picked up on, like.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it, and I got to get more spats.
Okay, what about no shorts, spats guy?
Man, Kent Peters does that.
Who? Yeah. Okay.
And so there's a guy who trains Muay Thai at my gym and MMA and does jiu-jitsu obviously. And when I lived near ATT and I would mess around with those guys, they're always in their tantaras, bro. They don't
tell everybody what tantaras are.
Tantara, like your underwear,
Yeah. The shorts, like use like shorts,
the shorts,
right?
the compression
spats.
shorts.
Okay. Yeah.
So, and when I see them do it, when I see them wearing that, but like I know that that's how they train, and they're actually training for a purpose. Like that's how you train the way you fight.
Yeah.
Like I'm okay with that. But if you're just like,
doing it so your fucking schlong is like fucking.
I don't know why you're doing it.
Yeah.
I think it's weird. I think it's weird just because.
I don't want to see it. I don't want to see your freaking junk. I
don't know why.
But then you go to like wrestling singlets, and it's like you kind of see it. I don't know why they still do it like that. It's so strange. I feel like it should just be like.
Have you ever rolled with a dude with no shirt on? Why you had no shirt on?
No.
Yeah. It feels different.
Yeah, I don't like it.
It feels different.
I've rolled with somebody like my coach rolls with no shirt, nothing under the gi on the top.
You get
he doesn't
used
roll
to
with
it.
anything. And I've had his bare chest on my face. He does that. He holds you down.
There's dudes at my gym that train with no shirt, gi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it's eventually the gi's open.
Oh yeah, it's like taco meat in your face.
I don't mind it as much as the hairy guy that doesn't wear it.
That's the taco meat.
Oh.
But
have you ever tapped from just hair being in your face?
Hell no.
Yeah. Have you ever I don't like the skin even from the face, the sweaty face in my ear.
Yeah.
I freak out. Like I'll really aggressively try to get out of that position. Yeah, because somebody tries to get you in a rear naked choke and they put in their face.
So that's the guy who whispers in people's ears.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't do that much. There are only certain people that I'll joke if I know that I could joke with them because some people I could think of somebody specifically. I won't say his name. That when I try to joke with him, if I'm getting in a submission and I try to joke with him, he gets bent out of shape.
Yeah,
I'm like, okay, not everybody's into the joke.
There's an ick factor though, for sure. For the
shirtless,
the sweaty.
Yeah,
For a lot of people, I think.
I don't like hairy guys on fair. I don't like hairy anybody. It could be a woman. I don't like hairy on me. I'm a hairless. I joke that I'm a hairless cat. I don't really have chest hair. I don't have arm hair. People are like, do you shave? Hair. No, this is my arm hair.
Yeah.
I only grow a beard because my wife likes it.
Yeah.
I just don't like hair. But I definitely hate that wet. Remember, that what's that movie? What's that movie with who's the guy from SNL?
There's a lot of those guys.
The freaking who's the little Nicky?
Oh, Adam Sandler.
Adam Sandler. Is it? No, it's not an Adam Sandler movie. It's shit.
What's the movie about?
They're playing basketball and he gets the whole on the face.
Wasn't that Along Came Polly?
Along Came Polly.
Yeah,
what's his name?
Ben Stiller.
Ben Stiller. Like that. Yeah. I think it's disgusting. It icks me out. I mean, everybody's got their thing. I don't like that, and I'll really aggressively try to get out of a position if somebody's hair's on my face. Ray, when we have to drill and Ray gets his freaking beard, his scruff is scratching my face.
All hair.
Oh.
Yeah.
Love you, Ray. If you want to freaking submit me, just do that, and I'm gonna lose my concentration on what I'm doing.
That's funny.
Yeah. So, I had we were talking before about somebody getting slept. I forget what we were talking about.
Somebody getting slept.
Yeah.
I got.
Last week. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever?
Last week, I think I went out for the first time.
I've gotten slept?
Yeah, last week I was out. Yeah, so I was rolling with this purple belt that's really good. And we go really good together, actually. And he's super slow, and he's built like a boa constrictor. So he had
me in first time ever?
Yeah, first time. And I'm not even sure if I went out, but I'm pretty sure I did. Because he had me in a tatakami, but it was on the far side, even though he was on this side. He's just got such tremendous grip that he was blocking here and here. And I remember just really trying to get out of it, just trying to turn away and create space. And then I remember just kind of getting back and slamming my feet.
Yeah.
And then he goes and then I go, ugh! I made a noise. And he go. And then coach came over and he's like, Miguel, you okay? Did you go out? And I was like, I don't know. I'm okay. Can I? And there was a minute left in the round. I was like, hey, bro, can I just take them? He's like, yeah, take the minute, whatever. And I was like, I think I went out. And then you were easing up and I came back. Yeah. And then as I was
when the fighter again, is out on his feet and then hits the mat and wakes up.
Yeah.
Dude. That happened the other night.
So yeah, that happened a week. 7 days.
Have you ever put anybody out? Have you ever choked somebody out?
No. I'm very, very passive when it comes to the completion of a submission.
Yeah.
I've only ripped a couple of submissions and I've been a spaz before, but I'm very when it comes to the submissions, even if it's pretty damn tight, I almost like the positional advantage better, so I don't finish a submission. Let's say I have your back and I get a choke. With your gear or whatever.
You can finish it.
I know I can finish it. So I let it go and I practice the arm bar.
But that's smart. That's the thing. But that's training jiu-jitsu. That's the whole, you don't have to worry about.
And
maybe you lose that. And
maybe
you lose that position.
I lose it on purpose.
But that's the good, that's the smart, putting yourself in a bad position or letting go of, I got this. Why am I going to worry about, I don't need the tap to validate me.
Yeah.
I'm going to move on to something else.
And I might be tired too. And I was just okay, slap bump. And now we're on our knees again. And I got to fight for that again. I've
never been slept. Not that I haven't been choked out. I'll tap. I've tapped. I have purposely let myself get really close. I've joked and said somebody's had me in a really bad position and I'm like, yeah, let's see where this goes. I joke. That's one of my jokes. Yeah, let's see where this goes. Meanwhile, I'll be like, oh shit, tap. But I've definitely seen the room go out like that, and I
see that a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, oh shit.
I always wait till the last
No, I've always tapped, and it's usually more like the verbal
yeah.
You okay? Yeah. No, that's a tap.
Yeah. IBJJF, they call it.
I've never slept. I think I'm more gentle with those kind of chokes that I'm I'll give
and also
time.
Joint locks.
You know me, I love the north south, so that's it's more of a uncomfortable choke. I know where to go to really I let them get uncomfortable, and then they're usually going to tap before I really sink it in.
Yeah, the choke hurts.
How about, have you ever, like you said, you won't wrench a position. I did have the one. We've talked about the story.
I've hurt people before, for sure.
I told you the story when I first got to Felipe's. I was rolling with this guy Steve, and I had him in a toe hold. It's like the first time, like blue belt.
Yeah.
I had 2 stripes at the time when I came over to Felipe's, and we didn't work a ton of foot stuff there.
Yeah.
So again, a blue belt, and I had him in a toe hold, and I was like on my knees, and I had like his foot up in the air. It was like a real awkward position. I just like grabbed his. The foot was over there, and I just grabbed it, right. And I was like, wasn't on top of him, wasn't holding him down, and Felipe walks by and goes, "Finish him!" Like it was like a video game, you know. And he was kind of joking. I don't know if he was like he was like but he said it in this way.
If you're gonna do it, do it.
And I wrenched it, and that guy wound up being out for like a month. I definitely fucked up his ankle.
Yeah.
I don't think it broke, but he was out. And that guy, when he came back, he was just like, "Yo, man, I'm really sorry." And I'm like, "Why you?" He's like, "I should have tapped." Because he knew that I felt bad. I was like, "Oh, dude, okay." Like when I saw him or when we talked.
That's a good jiu-jitsu guy move, by the way.
Bad. What?
That's a good jiu-jitsu guy move. The fact that he said that to you, that was good.
Like, I'm sorry. He was like,
I've gotten hurt because of my stupidity, and I've done the same thing to the person because we've all hurt people, whether like by mistake or just like because they weren't tapping. But then sometimes you're so unsure that it's like, okay, maybe I'm not doing it right, but you're doing it right, and they're going past the point of
I definitely there's some guys that are super flexible, and I'll be like, for sure, I've got this Kimura like to their center of their back, and they're not tapping, and I'm like, I'm letting this go because I don't. Do I keep on going? Do I need to?
Do you need the pop?
Do I need him to tap? Yeah, I'm like, I'll let this go, and I'll move to something else. Yeah. And I'm definitely I'll say, are you okay? If I've got something really bad in it and they're not tapping
and they're not moving,
and I'm not gonna let, and maybe I don't want to let it go like I haven't let it go like
a Kimura is a good one for that.
And I'll say, "Are you all right?" Again, and then I might even say, like, I'll be like, "I'm gonna let this go. We can continue." I'm like, and they'll be like, "No, you don't got," and I'm like, I could keep on going up your back. I know you're flexible, but it's gonna pop.
Go north south, turn them on their side.
Hey, listen, it happens a lot. Like I'll do like if I get somebody, like I'm not the best at triangles, but I might have somebody like kind of a triangle.
You should watch the Tom DeBlas triangle, by the way.
I'll go for the Kimura. Like I might have somebody. That's
a great one.
Like,
I know exactly what you're talking about.
I don't have my ankle tucked behind my knee. It's maybe a little sloppy, but I'll go instead of getting their arm over, I just take their arm on that same side, right? Because they might be trying to survive and they're hugging. They're
that's what you're supposed
doing, like
to
a
do
body lock
with that arm.
So I'll grab it from that side. I'll be like, "Oh, thank you," and it's easier than getting the triangle for.
I'm getting really
for a big
bad
guy.
Stomach ache.
Yeah. All right, we can start to wrap up. So let's do the. You okay to do the drill down?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do the drill down because we probably haven't given our opinion.
The drill down.
Bo, we just woke Bo up. Bo's like, I think we're almost done. Okay, so we'll go through. We'll go through some of the same questions.
Gi or no gi?
Gi or no gi? What's your preference?
Gi.
Yeah, me. I'm a gi guy. We talk about that all the time. I just like the control, especially an older guy. Control the pace a little bit.
There's more moves, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just more. No-gi, is it more fun? Is gi more fun?
Yeah, for me, it's more fun.
I think it's more fun. You get some more out of it.
For me, it's more fun.
And I look. Saturday, no-gi open mat. I'm there every Saturday.
That's also equally
I'm there
as fun.
Many Saturdays. Yeah, it's.
But it's not as fun for me right now. And you know what? I got a long way to go. So
and my school. Then we do like gi and then no gi competition training after that, which I haven't gone to, and then I was hurt, but they just started that recently.
What is that?
You all right there, bud? You went. We heard.
Yeah. You beatboxing.
So take down or pull guard.
I've been really liking pull guard lately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely a guard puller.
I've been watching a lot of collar sleeve stuff, and I'm like really addicted to it.
You see the kids, like the competition videos of the kids. Everybody is. It's like watching Felipe.
There's an advantage.
Like at this at this size, they pull guard, triangles, arm bars. I definitely like to pull guard because I like the lockdown.
Yeah.
I have a good sweep from there, and then it brings me to the. You're right. It brings me to the north south that I love. All right, music during rolling.
Yeah.
And what's your go-to?
Dude, I got to get out of this room.
Yeah? You done? Yeah. You want to just take a break real quick?
Yeah.
Go ahead. We'll come back. Hold on, everybody. Are you going to throw up or are you going to poop? Oh. I can see it in his face. He's like, gotta go. All right, so where you got me, Bo? Which here or there?
We lost him.
We lost Miguel
yeah.
in a tragic chip accident.
He's exploded.
He's exploding from both sides. So we're gonna forego the drill down. And we'll just.
Do we want to give a product shout out?
No, I don't. We're gonna stop here, everybody. Thank you so much for watching and listening. We'll get the rest of the drill down done and get Miguel's take on our.
We're gonna go call the EMT now.
Oh, I feel so bad. He said he wanted to do it. So if. Yeah, if anybody wants to check in on Miguel, he'll be at Mercy Hospital. His Instagram is JJD_DJJ69. I am Uncle Milty, BJJ on Instagram and at Jiu-Jitsu Dummies. I'm usually the guy that's answering all that stuff. And look, if you go to our Jiu-Jitsu Dummies, the link in the bio on Instagram for Jiu-Jitsu Dummies, just click that. You'll see all the ways to watch, listen, and support. That's about it. I feel really bad for Miguel. It was my idea to do the chip. I didn't want to do it, but he said he was game.
I'm gonna have to clean that bathroom.
Oh yeah, I hope. Is there toilet paper in there? There's some wipes under the. I think I put some wipes in there under the counter when we first moved down here.
That towel is going in the garbage.
Yeah. Thank you for watching and listening, everybody. Peace, love, jiu-jitsu.
Us.